Have you ever sat back? Have you ever just wondered how far we've come? The storms we've weathered, or how far we'll go as the red rolls together.
Very good evening to you and a warm welcome from Emirates Old Trafford. And when I say warm, I mean really warm. It's boiling hot here. It's a beautiful evening. Friday night under the sunshine here at Emirates Old Trafford for the final game of the North Group stage of the Vitality T20 Blast. Paul Shaw is with me, as always, looking cool as a cucumber, I might add. Let's just have a look, though, at the way the table stands at the moment to give you an idea of just how finely poised everything is as far as this North Group is concerned. Here's the table. Birmingham at the top on 18 points. Lancashire on 17 points. Northamptonshire, of course, who are tonight's opposition here at EOT, on 16 points. And then Leicestershire Foxes on 14 points. Now, Leicestershire are taking on Birmingham tonight. So if you add all those different connotations in, it could go any way tonight. All we really know, Paul, to be absolutely sure, is that Lancashire need to get themselves a win tonight in order to make sure that they guarantee a home quarter-final.
Yeah, absolutely, and they'll be wanting to put in a performance very similar to the other night. What a fantastic performance that was against Notts Outlaws. So they'll be wanting to front up again today and play some really good cricket. But I think it'll be a different proposition today with the Steelbacks. They're on a pretty good run, confidence is high, and they've got some wonderfully experienced players as well to call upon in key times in games. So a bit of a stiff challenge, but I think that the faithful get behind everybody at Emirates Old Trafford tonight. I think we'll get a good performance again.
Stiff challenge indeed. They got themselves a win last night against Birmingham, who top the table at the moment. So this is going to be a really difficult prospect for Lancashire tonight.
I think it will be, yeah. I think they've got experience. Steelbacks have got all bases covered. Obviously got David Willey and Bapara. I mean, he's played so many games, so many international caps as well as T20 caps. So they're going to represent a real challenge. And also, Zaib got, I think, 80 odd in 41 balls last night as well. So he's in top form. So I think it'll be a tough task tonight, but one that I'm sure that the Lightning players and fans will be looking forward to immensely.
You just get the feeling that this game is everything that we've been leading towards for the whole season and for the whole of this group in order to finish off in style and to have the table so finely poised as well. It just shows you the very, very fine margins that there are at this level of cricket.
Absolutely, and certainly in T20 cricket, you know, passages of play are much condensed. So it's a tight table. Many connotations this evening, but the one thing that Lightning are going to do is perform well and see them get over the line and get that home quarter-final.
We'll talk more in just a moment, but first of all, let's head over to the strip because the toss is about to happen. Keaton Jennings, the Lancashire captain, just taking final instructions from the umpire. David Willey just listening as well as the two sides have exchanged their team sheets as well, so we'll find out exactly who bats and who bowls in just a moment or two. Could be absolutely crucial tonight on a game like this, in conditions like this, when there is so much riding on who wins this game tonight. A home quarter-final at stake, possibly for either of these sides, depending on what happens not only here at Emirates Old Trafford, but also down at Edgbaston as well, as Birmingham take on Leicestershire Foxes. So, last instructions from the umpires, Steve O'Shaughnessy and Graham Lloyd. Pitch looks a cracker as well. Don't forget, if you're coming down to Old Trafford tonight, make sure that you slap on the sun cream. It's an absolute scorcher. Take a picture, send it into our socials. Let us know where you are, how you're enjoying the game. The coin is in the air. And it looks like the decision has been made. And we'll get a picture with the two captains to start with, and then we'll have a chat with both of them in just a second or two. Guys, well, let's get you both in. David as well, if you can come with us. Going to speak to, if you want to speak to David first, did you say? Keaton's decided we're going to speak to David first. Nice to see you, David. What's happened as far as the toss is concerned?
Yeah, we've won the toss, we're going to have a bowl.
And what's the thinking behind that?
I think it's batting's probably our strongest side, and with this short side and our left-right, I think we can chase anything down.
You've had a fantastic competition so far in this tournament. How pleased have you been by the way you've performed so far?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. I think everyone's contributed throughout the tournament. We've not relied on one or two guys to carry us through. So we're in a nice position. It'd be nice to get the win tonight and get a home quarter-final.
I'm going to say, how much is everybody rooting for that? Because it's winner takes all in many respects, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. These are the type of games of cricket that you want to play in. There's something on it and it means something. So, to come here as a small county, they're underdogs if you like, hopefully turn over lengths and get a home quarter-final.
Go well tonight. Good luck. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Let's bring Keaton in. So the decision's been made. You're going to be put into bat. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, fine. Look, generally speaking, it's a really good wicket chair. It's a fresh surface. So, yeah, really happy to be batting.
Terrific result the other night. Fingers crossed everybody can keep that momentum going tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's a home quarter-final for both sides to play to tonight. Fairly packed house tonight at the OT. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
We know what to expect from Northamptonshire. They got a great result at Birmingham last night. How difficult a proposition are they going to be tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why they've qualified and sort of fighting for a home tie. So, yeah, look, both sides are ready and pumped up and keen to have a good game.
But here on home soil, it's a bit of a fortress, isn't it? How confident are you you'll be able to make sure that you get that home quarter-final as well?
Yeah, look, that'll be brilliant. It's probably less miles in the legs as well for the lads. I think first things first, just play some good cricket. We do enjoy playing cricket here, but that's because we played really good cricket time and time again.
Just finally, great crowd expected here tonight under the lights at Emirates Old Trafford. Doesn't get any better, does it?
No, it doesn't. Look, I'm not sure you'll need lights on a night like tonight. But no, look, really excited to play in front of a packed house. Boys are buzzing and hopefully we can perform.
We wish you the best of luck, Keaton. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Keaton Jennings there. So as you've heard, Birmingham Bears have won the toss. They've decided they are going to have a bowl. We'll confirm the teams for you in just a minute or two. But let's have a little look back at how we got to this stage.
I am here in the best seat of the house. Literally, this is incredible. I think I'm going to see if I can get a little ticket and sit in here for the game, get a nice little drink and join some people. But we're in the sports break stand. Don't forget to send us your best seat in the house, whether you are here at Emirates Old Trafford or if you're watching on the stream at home. I would love to see if we've got any garden setups if you are local to Manchester, because we need to stop going on about it, or we need to carry on going on about it rather, because this never happens. This is absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to come over here. Oh, drinks voucher in mouth. Incredible. You are, I presume, getting ready for a good game. Where are you going to spend them vouchers on?
The finest lager available.
Which, well, we won't say any brand names because, of course, every lager is a good lager here. What are you most looking forward to today? Why have you decided to come to the Sports Break stand to upgrade your matchday experience?
It's best view in the house, and I'll come to see Lancashire top of the table.
Fantastic. That's what we like. Let's go and see who else we've got. Oh, we've got picnics here. Could you talk me through your sportsbreak.com picnic?
Oh, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Thank you.
Cheese, we've got cheese and tomato pasta. Come on, I want to see what else.
Yeah, we've got pasta.
We've got a nice cheese.
Egg and bacon.
Oh,
sandwich.
nice. Okay, you've got all the good brands here as well. Water, staying hydrated because we are being sensible and we are encouraging responsible drink. You do need some beer though. Yeah, I do agree with that. Is that your drinks voucher is going to get spent right on that any minute? Fantastic. Fantastic. We're going to head over. Enjoy your picnic, guys. We're going to join over here. I had my eye on you before because I just thought you were absolutely incredible, sat with a flute in the sun. You are everything I want to be. You are fantastic. So, guys, why have you all decided? You brought the kids along. Oh, we've got T-shirts. Fantastic. So, yeah, why have you decided to all come with a family day out here?
Oh, a bit of cricket in the sun, Friday night. Perfect.
I think you've just summed it up. That is exactly what here. What are you looking forward to today here?
Watching the game.
Yeah, well, that is a good answer. And we're going to win today.
Of course we are.
Yes, exactly. So like I said, make sure to share your best seat in the house with us. It is at Lancs Cricket on X and at Lancashire Cricket on Instagram. Use the hashtag Lightning Strikes. Now here at Lancashire, we love to encourage that cricket is for all, and that is exactly what our brand new campaign, the Red Rose Together initiative, does. So let's find out a little bit more about that.
"1864. We were first class then, and we're first class now. With a dream to spread cricket through Lancashire's towns, where girls and boys, with willow and leather, become more than a badge, but the Red Rose Together.
A club where more than legends are made,
But friendships,
obsessions, moments replayed on our screens, in our minds, in our hearts forever.
because it's who we are, our DNA, the Red Rose Together.
Statham, Briggs, Jimmy, Freddie and Joss, Chappie, Sir Clive Lloyd, Carol Hodges, Kate Cross. What a roll call. It's a hard one to measure, with future names still to be written on the Red Rose Together.
We're all about people. It's what the Red Rose really means. Yeah, the ones signing autographs, but the ones behind the scenes.
Our community, grassroots, the ones that feel tethered. Whether you're from here or belong here, we're the Red Rose Together.
And what about this place? Talk about world-class venues, internationals, gigs, events. You can choose from a menu of triumph, of disaster, of pain, or pleasure.
We've seen it all at Emirates Old Trafford, with the Red Rose Together.
Red ball, white ball, lightning and thunder.
Have you ever sat back? Have you ever just wondered how far we've come? The storms we've weathered, or how far we'll go as the Red Rose Together.
So, as you've heard, Northamptonshire Steelbacks have won the toss and elected the bowl. The team sheets are in, and they are as follows, starting with our visitors tonight. The Steelbacks: Ricardo Vasconcelos, Matthew Britska, David Willey, Ravi Bapara, Saif Zaib, Ashton Agar, Lewis McManus, Gus Miller, Ben Sanderson, Freddie Heldrick, and Jack White. And your Lancashire Lightning side for tonight is as follows: Phil Salt, Luke Wells, Liam Livingston, Keaton Jennings, Matty Hurst, George Dockrell, Stephen Croft, Chris Green, Tom Hartley, Luke Wood, and Saqib Mahmood. So Lancashire unchanged from their win the other night on Wednesday when we were both here. Paul, what did you make of that performance, and how pleased are you to see it's an unchanged side tonight?
I think it's great that it's an unchanged side, and the coaching team and captain probably had no choice really on that performance. That was as close to a complete performance as I've seen this season. I mean, Liam Livingston and Phil Salt will rightly get the plaudits for their knocks and their partnership, but I think it's really important that the foundation that was set by the bowling unit with pace and quality spin, eagerly supported by the fielding unit with the catchers, the save ones, the save twos, the save boundaries, I thought was outstanding. So it's important to mention, if you like, those disciplines of the game as well. But in terms of a performance, it was absolutely fantastic, right out of the top draw.
The team overall have done really, really well so far this season without having the likes of Liam Livingston and Phil Salt. But the fact that they came in the other night and just lifted the team to just that extra little level, that could be the difference tonight, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And you could feel it around the ground with the fans in the stadium, you know, and then when they walked on the field, you know, you've got two high quality England internationals playing, and Phil Salt probably in the form of his life. I mean, I describe his innings as, well, it was just outstanding, you know, properly out the top draw. And tonight, coming into that, it gives a team confidence, and they'll have to be on top of their game tonight, because this will be a real tough task against the Steelbacks side, who had a great win last night, incidentally, against Birmingham Bears. So, be a tough task, but one that I'm sure that they can't wait to get stuck into.
The man we'll all be looking at, the man I was talking to a little bit earlier, David Willey. He's had an incredible career. He's fantastic with both bat and ball. Absolutely vital that Lancashire really try and get a handle on him as early as possible.
Absolutely. I mean, he's captain of the team, isn't he? He's a competitive individual, strong individual, so he'll be asking a lot of his team. He knows what's at stake this evening. And if there's any swing or any nip or any moisture at all in the pitch, he'll certainly find it, hence why they're bowling first on this great pitch tonight, which incidentally looks absolutely fantastic. I think there'll be some pace in the pitch. I think there'll be good bounce and good carry. I think, talking to the ground staff, there's about 4 millimetres of grass that they've left on there. So I think it's a really good pitch for a good quality cricket this evening.
So Lancashire being put into bat, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, interesting. I think I'm sure that Jennings would have wanted to bowl first, which tends to be the suit here, doesn't it? But you know what? They've got quality all the way down that batting order. The bat all the way down. It's one of the longest tails you'll see in T20 cricket in terms of county level. So I don't think they'll be worried about that. They'll look to be posting 180 plus and look to get Northampton Steelback under pressure then with the ball.
They have got a quality side all the way through Northants. We were talking a little bit earlier, we pointed out there he is, the old campaigner, Ravi Bapara, still going strong at the age of 39. His stats, though, are absolutely incredible. 500 T20 appearances, 9,817 runs, 293 wickets. He's played 120 one-day internationals and 38 T20 internationals. So that is about as experienced as you could possibly get, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, at the ripe old age of 39, he's still performing. And you rightly said there, the experience that he's got that he'll pass on to the younger players in the team, and when he's sat in the dressing rooms, the conversations that happen in the dressing rooms are actually really important. He's still a very fine cricketer. He can catch the ball, he can field the ball. Very tricky, isn't he, when he bowls? He's different pace, lots of mix-ups, looks to hit the seam and get a little bit out of the pitch, and also with the bat, he's a really, really good, solid performer and can take the game away from you. So he represents a real danger in this side tonight.
The other player that I'd really like to keep an eye on is Saif Zaib. Slowly, shaking off a great potential tag, because when he first appeared as a 15-year-old, would you believe, and then in the List A game at the age of 16, but he hit 86 or 41 against Birmingham last night. So that is a man who knows exactly how to bat in these situations.
Absolutely, and there's a lot on tonight's game, so I'm sure he'll be relishing that challenge. 80-odd or 41 balls at any level of cricket, and certainly against the Birmingham Bears, who've got a good attack. That's formidable score, and he'll be looking to bring that confidence into tonight's game. So I don't think he's going to die wondering. He's going to look to play real positive cricket, and if he's batting in there with Bopara, then I tell you what, you've got experience, you've got youth, and you've got players in form. So hence why I think it will be a tough task, but one I'm sure that the Lightning are really up for this evening.
Because a home tie in the quarterfinals will be absolutely crucial, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's so special, isn't it? Emirates Old Trafford, it's like tonight, Emirates Old Trafford, under the lights, good crowd in, lots of family in the crowd as well, fantastic. If they can go one step further and get this as a home tie in the quarter-final with a home crowd, I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. And that's what's at stake. Playing here is a special place to play. And when you've got a full house supporting you potentially in a quarter-final, that's exactly what Lancashire Lightning will be after.
We're looking forward to what should be a special, special game with a huge amount at stake. And just in case you need it, here's a little reminder about how we play the game.
Each match is played by two teams of 11 players. Some are batters, some are bowlers, and there's one wicketkeeper. Both teams have a chance to bat and bowl. Look out for the coin toss. That's how they decide which team bats or bowls first. Each team has 20 overs to score as many runs as possible. The team with the most runs wins the game. One over is made up of 6 good deliveries from the bowler. To score runs, batters hit the ball and run between the stumps. If the ball reaches the boundary, it's 4 runs, and if it gets there without bouncing, that's a 6. While the batting team are scoring runs, the bowling team are trying to stop them and get the batters out by taking wickets. A few ways batters can be out are bowled, caught, run out, stumped, and LBW. Watch out for signals from the umpires, 4s, 6s, wickets, and these when a bad delivery has been bowled. Bad deliveries add runs to the batting team's score, and the bowler must bowl an extra ball. If you see the umpire doing this, the next ball is a free hit, and the batter cannot be out, bowled, caught, LBW, or stumped. And those are all the basics you need to know to get behind your team in this year's Vitality Blast competition.
We are loving the sun down on our faces over at Emirates Old Trafford, and I am here with Astley Bridge Cricket Club, who are on a cricket tour. So, just in case, who's going to win today? Fantastic. Now, can anyone, how many runs do we think? Come on, I want some specifics.
200.
200?
150. Solid 150.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. I'll be coming back to you later on, so I'm loving that. So, have you all got, come on, we need to be practical now. We've got sun cream, you've got caps on, so that's good. We're going to say, well, you have got a nice bucket hat on, though, so we'll let you off with that. So, no sun cream, but we have got hats and protected. Now, can we do a big cheers? Because we're going to score lots of 6s, aren't we? We're going to score lots of 6s if we're getting to 200 odd. So, can we do a big 6 in the air? We've just scored. Come on, got a 6. Amazing. And I did think you did have a chant going, didn't you? I'll let you quickly. Do you want to go on a 3? 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Well, again, make sure to send us your pictures if you are here, if you're watching at home, at Lancs Cricket on X. Use the hashtag Lightning Strikes. We are very nearly ready here, so come on, Lancashire.
And we welcome our viewers across Lancs TV to coverage across BBC Radio Lancashire as well. Paul Horton, former Lancashire captain, title winner, is with us up in the commentary box. Sounds like everyone's gearing up for what should be, Paul, a really enjoyable night. Good crowd in, it's a nice warm night, and what a tasty prospect. Kind of winner takes all, isn't it? Brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. It's all set up. It's what we want. It's what the T20 Blast is all about, isn't it? It's about getting the crowd in. It used to be all traditionally Friday night games, didn't it? It used to be Friday night, crowd pumping, beautiful sunshine, which hasn't really happened a great deal in the northwest where we live. But it is great set up. There's a lot on this game. It's almost like a Super 8s, isn't it? It's only it's a winner takes all to go through to get a home quarter final, and it means so much to Lancashire. Their record, it's almost like you win tonight, and dare you say it, they have one little step towards finals day, don't they? Because their record is so impeccable here.
It is.
And they don't want to travel. They don't want to travel. Look, they'll do well wherever they go, but I just don't think you want to finish third and go into a cross and go down to Surrey or something like that.
This is where we're looking at tonight in terms of what is going to happen. The winner, the headline is the winner of tonight's match secures that top two finish in the North Group. So they'll play a home quarter final. If Lancashire win, they're here. If Northamptonshire win, they're at Wantage Road. That's the kind of the main thing to think about. But should this game end in a tie, which could happen, Lancashire still would progress to a home quarter final because of the fact that they've got a point more than Northamptonshire. In terms of trying to finish potentially top of the group, well, if Lancashire Lightning win tonight and the Birmingham Bears fail to beat Leicestershire Foxes, well, Lancashire Lightning can still finish top of the group, and the same would apply if Lancashire Lightning get a point and the Birmingham Bears lose, with the run rate being so similar. A victory for Lancashire and a defeat for the Bears would put Lancashire top as well. So that's how Lancashire Lightning can get themselves a home quarter final. Up Charlotte, you win tonight, and they're at home in the knockout stages. And the significance of that, Paul, is because they're 23 games unbeaten here in T20 group matches. That's some run, isn't it?
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. You spoke about this throughout the competition. It's an incredible home record. I know. Barring us talking about it, I don't know where it's going to be mentioned or mentioned in world, in sport or in BBC Sport, World Sport. It's a unique record to have at a venue, and your home venue. We talk about home advantage, and it's almost, we talk about these things in different sports, in rugby and in football, etc. But this is, Lancashire is a fortress for travelling teams to come and try and win. It's a real, Northants have never won here, have they?
No, they've lost every match. Played 7, lost 7.
So imagine coming here to a competition, you need to win a game. You've never won here. Like, what a thing that you build. So good teams build this. So when they're slightly off or they're slightly going against them, they get over the line. The classic example you saw was 2 games against Worcester. Worcester did everything to win the game. Got too many runs on the wicket, bowled well, back end, couldn't seal it out because he just didn't know how to win. Basically, tactically we're poor at the back end, didn't know how to win. Lancs got over the line again. We talk about across the road, used to score in the 93rd, 94th minute, didn't they?
It did, yeah.
They don't score now, but they used to score.
A few years
says
ago.
a Liverpool fan. But yeah.
It is some run. Northamptonshire Steelbacks, however, because it's T20 and the nature of the sport, and of course games can be won and lost in such a short period of time, Northants had lost their previous 7 matches against the Birmingham Bears. So they'd lost 7 on the spin against the Bears and they won last night. So the home form's brilliant. Of course it is. It's absolutely outstanding. But all that means now, doesn't it, really, when you get out there?
Look, it's a great win, and was a great win for them last night. It's different travelling somewhere, isn't it?
Okay.
And there's not just they've not beaten Birmingham Bears 7 times at home, have they? But they have now got to travel to Old Trafford, where they've never won, and Lancs haven't lost for 3 years. But there will always be a time where Lancashire will lose a game.
Just not tonight.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. It is a nice warm night. It's a night for some refreshments. I reckon the bar's going to do some good service this evening. You need your hat tonight as well. Bit of sun cream. It's the hottest day of the year. We had loads of families in on Wednesday. It was really good crowd on Wednesday. In fact, for the stands that were open, they were sold out. The tickets were sold out. So we had plenty of kids and young families in. And let's be honest, the Blast is competing for attention, and that was nice to see, wasn't it? As it is again tonight with the kids.
Yeah, it is. It definitely has its place. Look, it's 2024 is a jam-packed year with sport, isn't it? At the moment, and this middle period is huge. We've just come off a European Championship, which meant that the football season was prolonged even more. We're back into a Premier League season, so there's always a small gap between the football ending and starting. There's obviously an Olympics that is going to go ahead, and obviously there is a Test cricket going on at the moment. So there's a lot of sport. The Open is on as well.
It is.
Like your golf. So. Lancashire following for the NatWest T20 Blast, and it's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful night, Friday night here at Old Trafford, and the ground is unrecognisable what it was years ago. So why not come in? And it's very cheap to come and support and see live cricket of this quality. Is phenomenal. I was surprised at how cheap it was. Obviously you let me in because I'm working, so it was a bit different for me, but it was brilliant. It's brilliant to see.
Okay, I think we're heading outside to Fraser.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a guard of honour from Southwest Manchester, please give a warm welcome to our umpires this evening, Steve O'Shaughnessy and Graham Lloyd. And please welcome to the pitch our opposition for the evening, the Northamptonshire Steelbacks. Emirates Old Trafford, please give it up for the opening batters for Lancashire Lightning!
Salton Wells then to get us underway. Northamptonshire Steelbacks, one of the headlines really, one of the real highlights of their win last night was this guy, David Willey, who had a brilliant night. They had a fantastic power play. The Birmingham Bears were 11 for 3. And when we talk about Luke Wood with his left arm and swinging the ball in late and that threat that he has, bowling at pace, ditto this man, Paul.
Yes, definitely, and he's got international experiences, and he's always been a guy who, his bowling, I think, has always been a little bit underrated. He's not as quick as some of the others, but what he lacks in pace, he makes up in guile and understanding of what he's trying to do. And he swings the ball back to the right-hander, so that means you reduce the width. You're not trying to swing the ball away with the right-hander arm. So I think it's a really good matchup for him against Salt as well. We saw the other night, Salt, can hit the ball anywhere he wants, if I'm brutally honest with you. But, when he was given any width the other day, it was going over cover for 6. So the left arm, David Willey, I think it's a good matchup for Northants, definitely.
Listeners across BBC Radio Lancashire, a reminder for you from 7 o'clock to continue on the wireless. It is on our FM frequencies. So it's from 7 o'clock. Stick to FM for coverage of this game. Right, we're underway. Final group game. 14th match of the competition. And it boils down to this, kind of winner takes all. It's David Willey for the Steelbacks. And he's bowling left arm around the wicket to Phil Salt. Just steered away towards the offside. And Ashton Agar fields for the Northants Steelbacks. The floodlights are on, but we don't need them, do we, really? But I think it's probably in the regulations, but it's just the most perfect night for it.
Yeah, it'll be in the regulator. It'll be something to do with having to switch them on by a certain time to then obviously allow them to warm up. But it's almost making it brighter, isn't it? They are not needed this evening. It is very, very sunny. It is cracking the flags.
It is. And we've got our shorts on, haven't we? Which I think is the right decision. Here's Willey in bowls again to Salt. Just defends from the crease, just dabs the ball away into the offside. Agar comes up again from point to field, and there is no run.
Yeah, but if you can't wear your shorts on a day like this, there's no point having a summer wardrobe.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
And I must admit, I am starting to question whether summer wardrobe is needed. Currently, it's getting less and less. You know, the box comes out later every year as we go on, but maybe it'll be run on to, maybe we'll have an Indian summer into September. Is that what they call it?
That would be lovely.
I don't know why.
If we could have some lovely summer in September. Willie to Salt. He's hammered that away, but didn't quite time it as he was hoping for. And to mid-off it goes, and there's no run. So 3 dot balls to start the Lancashire Lightning innings. Salt had a really good night out on Wednesday evening here in Lancashire's victory against the Notts Outlaws. Second match, having returned from his international duty. It was Salt and Livingston that kind of got Lancashire to victory on Wednesday with that century partnership. Willie again, up and over the offside, down towards deep backward point. And that's the first 6 of the evening. It's the first off the bat of Phil Salt, and it gets Lancashire Lightning's innings up and running.
We saw it again. He's bowled 3 good deliveries. Willie, it's really good start around the wicket as well. But there, he just gives it width. He just gives Salt width, and he just throws his hands through it. And it's just, yeah, it's a bit smaller that side today. Still a decent hit. It's gone over backward point for 6. Incredible hit. Northampton has been a field change for Northampton, so obviously they've got a slip in place, and really Willie's ball left arm around the wicket. They've gone for like a third man or a short third man, which we've seen, and a deep backward point now has gone back out on the point boundary.
In comes Willie again, balls to Salt. He'll take a single actually through that vacant point region. Just runs it away. Jogs through for a single. Moves on to 7, as indeed to Lancashire Lightning, to bring Luke Wells on strike for the first time this evening. Had a role to play on Wednesday with the ball, as he tends to do. Chance to contribute with the bat tonight. Reminder of this Lancashire side with Salt and Wells, and then Livingston, Jennings, Hurst, Croft, Green, Dockrell, Hartley, Wood and Mahmood. I'll recap the Steelbacks side in a moment as well. But for the first time, tall left-hander Wells waiting for Willie to bowl left arm over the wicket with the slip in place. 7 without loss, the final ball of the first over. Down the pitch, Wells comes and hammers it back over the bowler's head. 1 bounce and over the rope and all the way for 4 runs in the end. And that completes the first over. 3 dot balls to start it. Nothing sums up T20 cricket better, Paul. 3 dot balls to start it, and then a 6, a single and a 4 to end it.
It's an aggressive start from Wells, and he has a license to do that. It just hasn't come off for him in the last couple of games, I must admit, but he is really, really aggressive, and a great, good left-hand, right-hand opening partnership. So Luke Wells is going to get in on the act, and like Willie, as I mentioned, slightly lesser pace to obviously Lancashire's Wood, and Wells has used his feet and donked him down over wide mid-on.
He did. The Steelback side, if you missed it before, Ricardo Vasconcelos, Matthew Bretsky, David Willie, Saif Zabe had a great night last night. Ravi Bopara, Ashton Agar, Lewis McManus, Gus Miller, Ben Sanderson, Freddie Heldrick and Jack White. Sanderson it will be from the Anderson end to start up from that top end with the pavilion behind him. Here he comes. 11 without loss. Start of the second over. Salt on strike. Just dabbed away into the offside. Jogs through for a single. Agar's there again. He's been busy early on, fielding for the Steelbacks. We'll see a bit of Ashton Agar tonight, won't we? That's a clever signing, isn't it? I mean, talk about plenty of T20 experience with Agar.
It is. He is a really good signing. Left arm spin, a lot of experience. He bats well as well. Gives you that experience in middle order. International cricketer. What I like with this field that Sanderson's got for Wells. Obviously, he's got a slip. He's got his third man up, backward point cover and a mid-on. But he's got 2 guys out in the leg side, which is a deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg. If Wells is going to go, he's going to go into the leg side. I think it's a really good field for someone like Sanderson's pace.
And it's Wells is able to steer it away out towards point. Through he goes for a single. We're in the power play, so there are fielding restrictions, and as Paul's been highlighting, there's a couple of fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. It'll change for Salt, left-hand, right-hand batter, which makes it a little bit more complicated, I guess, but everyone's used to it now. But it must be a huge benefit to have that left-hand, right-hand at the top.
Yeah, it's what most sides try and do. You try and do it where you get a left hand, right hand. Obviously, it puts pressure on the bowlers, and obviously you can attack the shorter sides, which was mentioned previously at the start of for the toss. With David Willey mentioned it. So it affects the bowlers, but also it's great for the batting side, isn't it, to attack both sides.
13 without loss. Salt punches the ball away through the offside, bouncing its way out towards the deep point boundary. And the score moves on to 14 without loss. Salt moves on to 9 with that. We'll be keeping across what is happening in the other games, but obviously we won't know who's playing who in the quarter-final until everyone's done tonight. We'll have to wait for all the results to be completed before we know who Lancashire Lightning and the Northamptonshire Steelbacks will face in the T20 quarter-final. Sanderson to Wells. It's pulled to the right of short fine leg, running down towards the boundary. Wells has come back for 2. Safe Zabe. He's able to throw it in towards the gloves of wicket-keeper Lewis McManus. And Lancashire Lightning run 2, so 16 without loss.
He came down a little bit down the crease, Wells, didn't he? And just good use of the short ball from Sanderson. He's not the quickest bowler, but what he has done and what he's really been really effective with is obviously he holds his length well. He's a clever campaigner. He knows what he's doing with the ball. He uses his bounces, and he's got two guys out on the leg side.
Sanderson to Wells, who defends from the crease, just dabs it back along the pitch and gathered by Sanderson off his own bowling, no run.
And as a bowler here, you've got to be thinking, well, where do if I'm going to get hit, he's going to dong, he's going to hit me down the ground, where do I want to be hit? He's got a deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square leg, and it's about 70 metres out that way, and straight is a bit shorter here at Old Trafford sometimes. So you want to be getting pulled into the leg side. It's a big shot to pull in for 6 out that way.
It's a big old wallop out to the hotel. Wells comes down the pitch, trying to pull it away to the leg side. Ball bouncing down to a short fine leg, and the throw comes in, there's a misfield. And actually, this will be worth a couple extra runs, this, for Lancashire Lightning. Yeah, it's produce a few double teapots from the Steelbacks players. A bit of a bonus end to the over that. In the end, they've run 3. And that completes over number 2, 19 without loss. Luke Wells on 10, Phil Sultan 9.
Interesting the way you described that. It produced a couple of double teapots. It certainly did. It was a short ball again from Sanderson. Understands you're going to bowl short ball again, and he just gloved it to 45. And it's one of them balls where 45 you run in, and you think, yeah, it's really good and it's a good idea to throw at the stumps. There'll be plenty of guys backing up. You're never going to get a run out, but you told it looks good. You throw the ball, and so what happened was he threw the ball. He missed the stumps by 3 yards. Cover had sort of thought, well, mid-off is going to get it. Mid-off thought Cover's going to get it. So Cover left it. Mid-off wasn't in position. It went out for 3 runs.
It was a bit to me to you. There's Jack White into the attack. Wells takes it on high, out towards deep back with square leg. He could be gone here, Wells. It's a difficult chance, a lot of ground to make up. It's a fabulous catch. It's a really, really good catch by Matthew Bretsky for the Steelbacks. That went a mile in the air. He had a lot of ground to make up. Super work. Wells departs for 10. Lancashire Lightning lose their first wicket, 19 for 1.
It's a hell of a catch. He's round the wicket, isn't it? He's dug it in, and Wells has pulled it, and for all money, it looked like he was going to go for 6. It's a hell of a catch. It's gone a long way up, high above the point, sailed into the night sky. Brett's got a lot of work to do running down from deep backward square leg. He's run at 30, 40 metres. Why it's an even better catch is he doesn't take it cleanly. He doesn't take the ball cleanly. He catches it on a second grab before it goes on the floor. He catches it sort of in his knees.
Yeah, that's great.
If you look, he doesn't. There, he drops it, and catches it in his knees. Hell of an effort, that. It's nearly a big drop, but it's a great catch in the end.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's dropped it.
Yes. Well, a lot of things going against him. One is having to make up a lot of ground. And then he's dropped it and catches it through with his knees.
He's done a knee slide and sort of caught it in his knees, grabbed hold of it in his knees while he's caught it. But it's a hell of a catch. It went a long way up, long way up.
19 for 1. Liam Livingston's the new batter. Got himself a half-century here on Wednesday night. Hit the winning runs, brought up that 50 actually. Hit a 6 to win it on Wednesday. To reach his half-century, he joins Phil Salt, but the first breakthrough for the Steelbacks. And there's Jack White from the Brian Statham end. Right arm over the wicket and bowls. Just flicks the ball out towards the leg side, but with no bat. It deflects away off his pad, leg by the call from the umpire. Score moves on to 24.
And it's a great wicket for Northampton to get wicket, get going, and obviously remove Wells. But obviously it brings Livingston to the crease in the form he was the other night. And this is where the game is a little bit for Northampton, isn't it? It's with these two, the two international players, 1 and 3 in the order. They won the game easily the other day. It was like men v boys, one against Notts, 100 plus partnership.
Yeah.
They do that again tonight, then they'll almost bat Northampton out of this fixed shift and get a 100-run partnership. They'll get a big total, will be too many.
White to Livingston. It's in the air. Oh, it's caught mid-off. Apologies, it's Salt. Driven it to mid-off. That's a massive breakthrough for the Steelbacks. Wasn't taken cleanly, but in the end it was taken. And Salt departs for 9, and Lancashire Lightning lose their second wicket, 20 for 2. And it's the big wicket. Phil Salt, the man out for single figures.
It's a huge blow for Lancs. Just as I was saying, this is where the game was and they wanted to do. Huge blow. But tactically, Northampton have been really good, haven't they? If you actually look, they're trying to bowl tight at Salt, cramping for room. It's top and middle and off. Everyone is up on the off side. So if you notice, it's a deep backward square leg and a deep mid wicket. When Notts were bowling the other day, Salt was hitting his sixes over cover. He hits his sixes over cover and he hits them over point. He stands leg side of the ball. Any width he sives for 6. So you've got your only option is to go tight at him. You either go tight at the top of the stumps, or you go tight at his head and you make him hit it long way. They've gone tight there. White's gone tight over top and middle and off, and Salt's tried to hit it over covers as usual, and he's got top edge of the bat or top half of the bat and been held off at mid-off. So it's great tactical play by Northampton.
20 for 2. Wicket, leg by wicket to start the third over. Keaton Jennings, Lancashire skipper, joining Liam Livingston now. White comes around the wicket to the left-hander. He just leans into it, steers it up towards Willie, who took the catch. You actually could see on the reaction, and we saw that replay, the reaction on David Willie's face. The delight that he took the catch, and obviously knowing the significance of the wicket too, with it being Salt. Good over this from White, superstar. 20 for 2. Both openers gone for Lancashire, Salt and Wells.
2 for none as it stands, White.
Yeah. Into to Jennings. And the dot ball. Just can't find a way through the offside. Picked up by Agar, who's at point. And there is no run. 20 for 2 it remains, with a delivery to go of the third here on BBC Radio Lancashire and on Lancs TV, live from Emirates Old Trafford for this final group game. Game number 14 of the Blast. Lancashire hoping to be here in the first week of September for a home quarter-final tie. As White completes his over, bowls, driven away, won't be a double wicket maiden. There's runs for Jennings here, 4 of them actually, driven on the up through cover. End of the over, 24 for 2.
Nice start from Jennings. He does like to use his feet and get bat on ball. He plays more traditional shots to get himself going. So nice, he just sort of steps down on top of the bounce. He knows the bounce and opens his arms up through cover. Then you've got 2 guys to beat a backward point in the cover. It's really good batting from Keaton Jennings, and he has been in really good form throughout the competition. He's sort of gone on, he goes unnoticed, he goes about his business, but he's a wonderful performer for Lancashire. Obviously, we come back into the lineup with the Salt and Livingstons. We all talk about their power and how they are, but Jennings has been brilliant for Lancashire this campaign.
He has, skippering the side, Keaton Jennings, and churning out a couple of 100 runs and a 64, a strike rate of 150 for the Lancashire captain. It's flashed away towards the leg side boundary by Liam Livingston as Sanderson continues from the Anderson end. Score moves on to 25 for 2 with we're just into the start of the 4th over of this power play. So last night Birmingham Bears reduced to 11 for 3 when Steelbacks were bowling, and we saw on Wednesday here the start that Lancashire Lightning made with the ball in the power play. Can be such a pivotal part of a T20 game. If it goes in your way, it can shape the rest of the match potentially. Sanderson In the sunshine, balls to Jennings. Just plays and misses. Through it goes to McManus, and there's no run.
Yeah, they've gone for a deep point. They've got third man up, backward point, a deep point, covering a mid-off. And obviously a mid-on, mid-wicket, a deep backward square leg, and a 45 is their field. So a split field for Jennings. Spoke of Sanderson, just looking to hit top of the stumps. There's a bit of extra bounce as normal here at Old Trafford. These wickets do bounce a bit more than other surfaces around. Jennings and co are used to it batting here, and that's why the ball comes on nicely.
4 fielders now inside the ring on the offside. Jennings looking to try and ramp it, and does so really well. Inventive by Jennings. He's created a way to find a boundary. Doubles his score with that as well, and it's 29 for 2.
It's a really nice shot from Jennings. He just, that ramp he plays so steadily. He knows that Sanderson's going to try and hold his length. He's really good. It's his strength can be his weakness in T20 cricket, and he just steps inside and rides it over. Where Jennings is really good and where batting is about is can you lap over 45? Great, but also can Jennings go down the ground or through cover? So you always have almost opposite to your batting, if that makes sense.
We've seen him go through cover, haven't we, already? And we've seen him lap one over his shoulder for 4. And right on cue, hammers it back over the bowler's head. 1 bounce and 4 runs. Well, he's played all 3 shots that you were just highlighting there, Paul. Keaton Jennings now to move to 12 not out, 33 for 2.
And that's what it is. So as a bowler, you're not sure where to go. So what Jennings has counteracted what they're trying to do to him, which is really good. They've gone for a split field, haven't they? A deep point and a deep backward square. It's almost, where's he going to hit it in effect? So with the fade that he's gone 45, he can go over short fire, and then he goes down the ground. Where do you shut him down? Opposites. It's why Jock Butler, as an example, can ramp and hit a 6 back over your head. 33
for 2. Sanderson to Jennings. He goes for that ramp again. He stepped across the stumps and trying to get it up over his shoulder, over the keeper. But makes no contact, and through it goes to Lewis McManus, and it's a dot ball, and the score remains on 33 for 2.
So he's really positive in his play here, and then got a lot of thought process of what they're going to do. Sanderson, where's he going to shut him down? What's he going to try and do? Is he going to ramp again? Is he going to go down the ground? We've got a deep backward square and a deep mid-wicket.
Final ball of the 4th over. 9 off it so far. Jennings on 12. Here's Sanderson to Jennings. It's pulled in front of square, out towards the leg side boundary. Hurtle through 1. Think about coming back for 2. Rightly decide against it. Safe save. As ever, quick across the ground for the Steelbacks and denies that possibility of 2. And that does complete 4 overs. 34 for 2. Jennings on 13. And Liam Livingston is unbeaten on 1. Lancashire Lightning losing both Phil Salt and Luke Wells in the power play. Look at that for a picture. Right across the ground.
Beautiful, beautiful ground. The ground looking in great nick, isn't it? A bit of sun. Outfield looks incredible. Every time we get to it, the ground looks better and better. And the Manchester skyline in the distance, the skyscrapers, the cranes are up. You can see it is obviously still moving forward. Manchester as a place, isn't it? London and the north. I like you notice your sunglasses have come on.
Well, it's
last couple of overs.
Yeah, the sun's in an awkward position now, isn't it? White around the wicket, balls. Jennings goes after it. Launches the ball out towards that deep mid-wicket boundary. Umpires have a little glance to each other and they confirm it's 6 for Jennings. The crowd, I think, were making their mind up for the umpires, waving their 6 banners around. 40 for 2 at the start of the 5th over.
Jennings knows that White's had success hitting sort of back of a length. He's around the wicket, he's bowling into sort of Jennings' arc. Because of the previous over, they've had to employ a fine leg because Jennings has he's paddled 1 for 4 and he's looked to do it again. So fine leg's gone back and deep backward square's gone out. So then it's a decision now and a conversation. Well, actually, is he going to paddle me? 45, okay, 45's coming up now because he's just hit me over wide mid-wicket. So then Jennings' play was, am I going to gamble and paddle or not? As a bowler, you'd be thinking, well, hang on, I've got a chance to do slow ball here. But Jennings is attacking the short boundary.
Here comes White striding in, big strides around the wicket to Jennings, driven to mid-off, and they'll get through for 1. Jennings moves on to 20 not out, and the score ticks along to 41 for 2.
See a slower ball there. Hughes rolls his fingers over the ball. If Jennings is going to paddle and it's a slower ball, there's no pace on it to do it. So you gamble, White gambles and go, well, I'll bring my 45 up and I'll roll my fingers over at lack of pace if he paddles them in the game. If not, he's going to pull me out to my deep backward square and I've got to cover a deep mid wicket.
41 for 2. Here's White to Livingston. Trickles it away through the leg side. Field is set back towards the boundary in front of the hotels. So just a single there for Livingston. He moves on to 2. And it's 42 for 2. We saw this a little bit on Wednesday, even with the match kind of play, the in-match kind of management from Livingston and Salt at the start of their innings to rotate the strike, and Livingston didn't really take too many risks, did he, on Wednesday night, got himself into the innings, knowing he can certainly catch up as it goes on. It's Jennings that's been the destructor so far. He's creating shots again here. He's on the ramp again here. It's 4 more for the Lancashire captain, who moves on to 24 not out. And Lancashire Lightning edging towards the 50 mark now. 46 for 2.
Really good batting from Jennings. It's high class. Obviously, the 45 has come up into the ring now because of that first shot in the early balls. It's really good batting. And what Northants could do here is something change up. You don't see a lot of it. Is square leg could come up. If square leg comes up and you almost have a deep mid wicket, so if he's going to mow you down, and you have a fine leg, so you take out your ramp, and if he's going to do it, he's got to go right across the ball, hit your square. The hardest place to hit a square across is straight directly across. Now you can ramp again inside, or you play with a straight bat and come down through wide mid wicket. So that would be the play for Northants.
Stuck with the field as it was. This is a big top edge. Jennings should be gone here. The keeper comes up, leaves it actually for the bowler, White, who takes it off his own bowling. A skyer from the Lancashire skipper. Jennings departs for 24, and Lancashire Lightning lose their 3rd wicket. 46 for 3 in the 5th over.
White just keeps taking wickets, doesn't he? He just keeps taking wickets for Northants every time he needs, and 3 big wickets to go. He's got 3 for 16 and 1.5. He's around the wicket. He bangs it in. Jennings tries to take him down the ground. It just gets big on him. Just skies it up, and he takes a caught and bowled simple chance.
3 wickets for White. And the big yelp celebration as Jennings departs for a very busy 24. 4 fours and a 6. Matthew Hurst is the new batter for Lancashire Lightning. Have lost 3 wickets in the power play, and we all know the stats about that, but they've actually got themselves 46 runs on the board. Still, this is excellent 4.5 overs, having got rid of Salt, Wells and Jennings for the Steelbacks. Final ball of the 5th. This plays neatly into it off the front foot and just pushes it up towards mid-off, and there's no run, so that completes over number 5. 46 for 3. 2 to Livingston. Hurst on naught. A little bit of work to do here for Lancashire Lightning, Paul.
Yeah, a little bit of work to do. They're doing just at 9 runs and over, haven't they? Just a cut over 9 runs and over. We've lost 3 wickets in a power play. They've gone incredibly hard, haven't they, and played positively, and that's what you can do, and that's obviously a style of play you want to keep going in your T20 cricket. They look to have to rebuild a little bit. Obviously, while Livingston's still there, they'll be okay, but maybe we will get to see George Dockrell tonight with bat in hand, won't we? The overseas signing as well. So that's a little rebuilding period to get through, obviously, to 10 overs and then launch again from there, I would then say.
Okay. We shall see how it all pans out. In fact, that is Dockrell there, isn't it? In the dugout. Just loosening up. There's Lanky, the mascot for Lancashire Lightning, does his little dancing in front of the dugout. Ashton Agar into the attack. Final over of the power play. Bowling to Liam Livingston, who's off the back foot, trying to carve the ball away. Bouncing out towards backward point, and there is no run. When we get through this 6 over power play, we'll have a little look at how things are happening elsewhere in the Blast tonight. With certainly with a couple of games that have significance, as Livingston comes down the pitch, slashed it really out towards the leg side. Takes a single, moves to 3, 47 for 3 now.
It's brave bowling here. He's brave to bring Agar on, isn't he? He knows that Livingston's going to fancy trying to take him down the ground, which he did do in that ball. But it's a chance. It's brave. You can get Lanks 50 for 4, and all of a sudden you're right into him with Livingston. You know, Wells, Jennings, Salt in the shed. It's a great start.
Agar to Hurst this time. And just managed to get the ball through that infield on the offside. Off the back foot and cuts the ball. Not much room to try and find the gap. It possibly should have been stopped, but it got underneath the body of
they got five in the offside field, and Safe Zabe. Talk about them wicket ends. He landed on one of them concrete wicket ends and made a bit of a mess of it.
He got to Hurst, and again that gets through Safe Zabe. Nicely played this time by Matty Hurst. He'll get 4 for it. He moves on to 6. That brings up Lancashire's 50 as well. 53 for 3.
A little bit of spin, but he's using the pace and bounce, isn't he? He knows it's going to bounce and sit up. Hurst is a small player. He's a wicketkeeper, normally cut and pull really well. I'm sure the field's right here for Hurst. He got deep, 45 square leg, deep mid wicket, mid on up, mid off out. Yeah, for me, Hurst isn't going to hit over mid off. If he goes, he's going to go over mid on. So if anything, he needs your mid on back. And at the moment, he's just sitting deep and looking to cut. Don't think he's ever really going to go through mid off, is he?
There's Agar to Hurst, trying to force it away through cover. This time, Safe Zabe fields, and there's no run. It's a short third, backward point, cover mid off. So just dropping long, mid on back to the boundary and bringing long off inside the circle. So there's 2 on the leg side boundary, long on deep mid wicket, and Hurst just cleverly works the ball away towards that area where the fielder just disappeared back to the row. Jogs through for 1. End of the over. That's the power play done. So 54 for 3 is the power play score after 6 overs. Paul, your assessment of that?
Well, it's been a really interesting power play, hasn't it? Both sides tussling to get hold of this game, aren't they? Lancashire started with a real blast, want of a better word, with Salt, blasted one over for 6. And then obviously a wicket, double wicket, nearly a double wicket maiden we saw from White, wasn't it? Remove a couple of wickets of Lancs, and then obviously Jennings started beautifully, played really well, and the loss of Jennings has just pegged Lancs back, and I think it's probably Northampton's power play, even though Lancs have scored 54 runs. The loss of Jennings and the 3 wickets in that power play, I think, has just brought it back into Northampton's favour. They'll be really happy. Once they feel they can remove Livingston, they can crack Lancashire open.
Left arm wrist spin. As Heldrick comes into the track, he's dropped short. It's in the end just worked down the ground for a single. Got away with that one a little bit.
He did, and also what they've got away with is at the moment, so obviously going to employ a couple of spinners, but left out. Friedrich from this end, bowling to the bigger boundary. He's on to 2 right-handers now, so there's no left-hand, right-hand at the moment for Lancashire. They've lost, obviously, their 2 left-handers in their top 4.
55 for 3. Heldrick to Livingston. Steered along the ground through wide mid-on for 1. Moves on to 4. 56 for 3. So into the 7th over. Spin from both ends. We've had 1 over from Agar, which went for 8. And Freddie Heldrick twirling his way in, pulling his wrist spin over the wicket to Hurst. That's just nudged away through square leg. He moves on to 9. So it's 57 for 3 now, bringing Livingston back on strike. Twirl the bat from Liam Livingston. Keeper McManus crouching down behind the stumps. Heldrick in balls. Full ball. Livingston goes for it. Gets 6. In towards the stand below the hotel. First big hit of the evening for Liam Livingston takes him to 10. And Lancashire Lightning 63 for 3.
Yeah, he just tossed it up. Obviously, it was a bit of a gasp about a real long up, but it's into that arc for Livingston. He wants to slog sweep and hit the ball into the leg side, doesn't he? It's his go-to. It's going to be what they look to do. What Friedrich, what he needs to do if he's going to stay, what Freddie Heldrick needs to do if he's going to stay over the wicket, he could almost gamble and push the ball wide to Livingston. Livingston's so dominant on the leg side, he could bowl wider and slower outside his off stump.
See what he does here into Livingston. Just hustles onto the back foot and flicks it out through the leg side for a single. 65 for 3.
When he gets full and into his stumps and into Livingston's arc, he's going to try and take him over mid-on, or he's going to slog sweep him over mid-wicket. He's got such power and bravery to do it, and he's really confident. He would have no problem with doing it.
Final ball of the 7th over. Hurst waits. That is wide, and Hurst drives away through the covers. Sweeper on the cover boundary. form of Matthew Bretsky, and that is the end of the 7th over. So elsewhere tonight, Birmingham Bears 75 without loss after 7 overs. Agar's going to continue. Hurst off the back foot, chopped away through the covers. Might want 2. Yeah, the turn quickly come back for 2. It's a big boundary. Livingston running towards the bowler's end, but they made their mind up to run 2. Nicely done. 67 for 3. So the Bears are 75 without loss, 7 overs gone against the Leicestershire Foxes. Yorkshire Vikings could still qualify, then Derbyshire and Durham again with issues to be resolved there. Derbyshire could get through to the quarterfinals as Hurst is off the front foot and punches through mid-off for a single. Score moves on to 68 for 3. So Yorkshire against Notts Outlaws at Headingley. The Outlaws 85 for 1 in the 9th. And Derbyshire Falcons have lost 4 early wickets against Durham. 71 for 4 in the 8th. Elsewhere in the North Group. Agar to Livingston, who's off the back foot in defence. And there's no run. We're into the 8th over. Change up here in the commentary box. Paul Horton has left us, and former Lancashire Thunder head coach Paul Shaw joins us. Livingston leaning into this and defends. Evening, Paul.
Good evening, Scott. How are you going?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you. What do you reckon to this? 68 for 3 in the 8th.
Yeah, it's certainly not what Lancashire Lightning would have been planning for. That's for sure. So this partnership now between Hurst and Livingston is quite important.
Livingston's on strike. That's thrown out wide by Ashton Agar. Called a wide. Thought about it, didn't he, Steve O'Shaughnessy? Look at that for a cheeky grin. Back towards Livingston. He's going to take a single here. Actually, I say take a single. And they set off as if there was going to be 2, but quick across the ground versus Gonçalves to just the 1. 70 for 3 now. 1 ball left of the 8th over brings Hurst back on strike. Hurst on 13. Agar from around the wicket and bowls, and Hurst pulls it off his hip down towards the fine leg boundary. Turns and comes back for 2 to complete the 8th over. And that is 72 for 3. Hurst on 15 and Liam Livingston is on 12. So Salt and Jennings and Wells and then out for Lancashire Lightning. So a bit of responsibility on Liam Livingston.
Yeah, absolutely there is. And the way he's going about his business, he's taking a few balls up to get in and still looking to put the ball that's in his slot away. He does favour over mid-on or over mid-wicket, which is we've seen that happen tonight. But interestingly enough, just looking at the power play, 54 for 3 was the power play. And we know if you lose any more than 2 wickets generally in the power play, then normally it's a challenge from there. But the one thing that's in their favour, the Lancashire Lightning's favour, they're going into really good strike rate, aren't they? So even though they lost 3 wickets, they're still going at 9 and over.
Safe Zabe into the attack for the first time tonight. There's Livingston reaching for it. Just chops it in towards the offside. Ravi Bapara fields no run. 72 for 3. Zabe balls against slow delivery, just floating it outside the off stump towards Livingston, who's reaching for it. Gets a single.
And that's really clever bowling, is it's not wanting Livingston to access this side of the field, the left-hand side of the field, which is favoured, so he's just throwing it a little bit wider and a little bit slower outside that off stump. So showing his experience here.
Barely any pace on that delivery. A little quicker to Hurst, cracks it down the ground. Just be a single. Gus Miller for the Steelbacks scoops it up, loses his sunglasses in the process. Throws it back in towards the keeper. Again, they run a single. 74 for 3. Hurst on 13, and sorry, Hurst on 16 now. Livingston back on strike. Down he comes, it's in the air. Has he got enough on that? Oh, you bet he has. Over the rope by 10 yards and bouncing past the advertising board. And it's 6 for Liam Livingston. It's 80 for 3.
Yeah, that's Livingston advancing down the pitch and looking to target that favoured areas of his, which is over long on as such. Ball's a little bit straighter this time, so it enables him to get down the pitch and just about get there. He's released his bottom hand off the back handle, but he's still got enough power and timing to clear the ropes quite comfortably.
Moves to 19, Zabe in balls again. That floaty, slower delivery outside the off stump. And just works out towards David Willey in the covers. There's no run.
It's really good bowling, that, isn't it?
Final ball of the 9th over. Driven along the ground by Livingston. Past the bowler's left-hand side and up towards the long-off boundary for a single. Livingston's on 20, Hurst on 16. So that's 9 overs gone. This is how it's all shaping up with Lancashire Lightning 81 for 3. Kind of levelled out the run rate. Blistering start, but going at a good rate on it, just under that 9 and over.
Yeah, and I'm just looking through at the stats at the moment, and the reason they're going at a good run rate is such. Salt went at 112.5, Wells 166.7, Livingston 126.6, Jennings, of course, 24 off 12, going at 200 strike rate as such, and Hurst 133. So hence the position that they're in terms of runs.
No addition to the score here as Livingston, the back foot, works it into the offside for no run. We've got Ashton Agar continuing, so spinning a bit more spin here, aren't we? Agar, Zabe and Heldrick. It's played away into the offside, no run.
So Agar at this phase of play for the Steelbacks is really important. His experience and his angle, the left-arm spinner.
Into Livingston, trying to find a gap through the offside, just runs it through point for 1. 82 for 3. 49 T20 internationals for Australia, 22 one-day internationals, 5 test matches. They got in balls to Hurst, slashed out towards the leg side for 1. 83 for 3, and of course that pretty famous 98 he got in a test match. That's an Ashes test match, wasn't it?
Trent Bridge, I think
it was, yeah.
Is that on debut? Maybe not.
I think it was on debut, yeah. I think that's when Jimmy ran riot as well, didn't he? I think he again. Agar into Livingston.
Shot.
Cracked away. Shot, says Paul Shaw. How much will it bring? Will it bring it 4 for Lancashire? Oh, it's a brilliant effort to try and stop it. It has gone for 4 through extra cover, but a really valiant effort by Matthew Bresky on that cover boundary. Put the diving shows, he didn't, but just couldn't quite pull it back.
It was a great effort on the boundary, wasn't it? But if you look at this shot, this is really clever. If you watch Livingston play this shot, he just gets inside the line, opens up the offside and negates the angle.
Down the pitch he comes, he's gone high. Oh, he's gone for a mile. Where's that going? Up towards the pavilion, it's over the sight screen, I think. It's gone for 6. In towards, I reckon, the first balcony on the pavilion. 6 for Livingston. He moves to 31, 93 for 3.
What a shot this is. He's just putting his foot down. He's got down the pitch, managed to get there, hit the ball under his eyes. But he's such long leave. He's been able to hit that ball deadly straight into the old pavilion here at Emirates Old Trafford. What a shot that is. 2 boundaries on the bounce. The 4 caressed through extra cover. Beautiful shot that, and then he's advanced down the pitch, and the experienced Agar, back over his head for a powerful 6 down the ground.
31 from 21, so halfway point for Lancashire Lightning. 93 for 3 after 10 overs. Sure, if the umpires want a change of ball here, I reckon, and in the middle of all this, Hurst might want a drink. Yeah, here comes the little box of replacement balls. That's obviously got a bit of a battering, hasn't it?
Well, I'm thinking that's reminiscent of your wallet there, Scott, isn't it? Not many people know that, but I tell you, watch out for the old pound notes and old £5 notes just flowing away in the wind here.
There speaks a Yorkshireman. How is Barnsley, by the way?
Red hot and sunny.
Is it? Wow, what's happened over there? 93 for 3. New ball required here. Livingston's battered the other one in towards the pavilion on the far side.
We should perhaps remind our viewers and listeners that in that power play, Lancashire Lightning were 54 for 3. And losing the big wickets, incidentally, off Salt, 9 off 8, Wells, 10 off just 6 deliveries, and Jennings playing beautifully, wasn't he, actually? 24 off just 12 deliveries. But the run rate is still up there off 10. The Lightning are 93 for 3.
Yeah, 47 run partnership. 31 balls have batted together, these two, for 47. Right, we've got a replacement ball. I thought there were comfy red seats up there, but it didn't cushion the blow of the ball, did it, as it hurtled its way towards the pavilion. Ravi Bopara for Northamptonshire in and bowls. Slow, low, full toss, which is scooped out towards the leg side by Hurst for a single. And he moves on to 18, 94 for 3.
And I think because of the pace of Bopara, we know he mixes it up, balls variations. Perhaps there's not going to be too much pace on this ball. So when you've got deep square leg and you've got deep mid wicket, there's an opportunity to hit the pockets and run twos with not much pace on the ball. So I would hope they would look to do that as much as possible.
Here's Bopara over the wicket to Livingston. Beats short third, it does. You called it straight away as it came off the bat. The dive came in down towards the third man boundary. It's gone for 4.
It was just the angle, wasn't it? It was just running away from him all the time. The thick edge there from Livingston. But the important thing for the Lancashire Lightning team is that ball's gone towards that boundary and run away for 4 runs, which takes the score to 98 for 3. A partnership of 52 now of just 33 balls in 19 minutes.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Livingston at the heart of it, but Hurst has played his part too, certainly. Muscle down the ground, long on underneath it, bouncing in front. And Agard as well with his left hand to stick it out and stop it as the ball spun, didn't he? Could have been 4. In the end, it's a single.
It did, because as the ball pitched, then it just plugged a little bit and spun, didn't it, to his left as he was running past that ball. So it was a great effort. And just one off the 100 now, our Lancashire Lightning.
Yeah, 99 for 3. Bopara in again, playing a miss from Hurst. Snaffled by the keeper, no run.
It looks ominous for the Steelbacks at the moment with the way Livingston's beginning to play. He's giving himself time to get himself in, and now he's looking to strike the ball. So if he can bat for another 5 or 6 overs, then he puts the Lancashire Lightning batting unit into a good position.
Great work there by the keeper, McManus. Full ball by Bopara, driven to cover, no run. Take a guess how many T20 matches Ravi Bopara's played.
500?
Yeah, it's a very, very good guess. It's a very, very good guess. 474. That is ridiculous, isn't it?
Incredible, isn't it?
Bopara to Hurst. That'll be a single.
But it's not just
that's the 102 balls. 100 for 3 after the 11th.
Yeah, that's 100 for 3 off just 11 overs. The Lancashire Lightning are beginning to put the foot down here. Remember, in the power play, they were 54 for 3. And now 100 runs, 66 balls in just 46 minutes. So they've got themselves into a pretty good position here. Yes, I was just going to say about Bopara, it's not just all those 500 games that helps out here in his individual performance. Of course it is. But it's also how that experience rubs off onto the rest of the team, especially the young players. And actually in the dressing room, the conversations he would have in the dressing room with players about certain game situations, how he can build confidence and pass that experience of 500 games or so onto the Steelbacks players.
He's been a thorn in Lancashire's side a few times down the years. As Heldrick starts his second over of the evening. Hurst takes a single to square leg. 101 for 3. Albeit, I suspect probably every other county could say that. At some point they've been Bopara, haven't they?
I think they certainly have.
Yeah.
Whether with bat or with ball.
Yeah, yeah. The sun bursting through as Heldrick balls to Livingston. Takes his bottom hand off the bat. It's in the air. Gone. Caught deep mid-wicket. Ricardo Vasconcelos takes the catch right on the boundary rope. Livingston departs. It's gone for 36. Lancashire lose their 4th wicket. 101 for 4.
Yeah, that's a big blow for the Lancashire Lightning team. Hendricks just pitched. Oh, he's just held it back slightly, and Livingston's just not quite get into that ball, and he's just taking his bottom hand off the bat. He takes away some of that power, but it's a good catch there on the boundary edge, and a big blow for Lancashire Lightning when Liam Livingstone was beginning to look ominous in the form he was in. But that's a great breakthrough for the Steelbacks, and they'll be delighted because that gets them back into the game.
And you could tell straight away, couldn't you, that Liam Livingstone, as soon as he felt the connection off the bat, he knew he was in trouble.
Absolutely. And the other thing we should share at this stage is there's just a breeze going across the ground, so that ball may have just held up slightly in the breeze rather than carrying another maybe 6-10 feet and carrying the boundary. It's probably just held that ball up slightly, which has given the fielder the chance of taking the catch there.
Well, George Dockrell is the new batter. Debut on Wednesday evening. Took a couple of catches, but he wasn't required to bat or ball, but he's right in the middle of it now, with Hurst at the other end and Lancashire Lightning 4 down in the 12th over. 101 for 4. Heldrick to Dockrell. Leans into it off the front foot and nudges the ball away to Ravi Bobara. No run.
Good captaincy as well from Willie. New batters come in, so Bopara's now in there in short mid-wicket to stop that easy single and just build a little bit more pressure there.
Heldrick to Dockrell. It's off the back foot. He's found a gap to the right of short cover. He's going to come back for 2. I was distracted by Lanky hurtling away around the edge of the boundary rope. He was tracking the Northamptonshire fielder step by step. I think it's Gus Miller out there. And it was Miller and Lanky. They were kind of side by side.
I wasn't sure I was going to get there first.
No, I wasn't, no. Wednesday night, he had to go on the camera, didn't he, Lanky? Absolutely crackers. Into Dockrell again. Here he goes again, Lanky. Mimicking the fielder down on one knee, putting the long barrier in.
He's certainly very versatile, isn't it? I've seen him doing everything. Yeah. Catching hoops, throwing the ball in, batting, having a go with the camera work the other day, and now he's chasing down the ball and putting pressure on the fielder.
Heldrick to complete the over. Balls driven down the ground by Hurst. All the way, so it's a 6. It's quite flat, but kind of bullet straight back over the bowler's head by Hurst. 6 to end the over, 110 for 4 after 12.
Yeah, really good flat 6, good strike there by Hurst. He hits slightly across this ball, actually, if you see. Just slightly across the ball. He hits it in the sweet spot, goes powerfully down the ground and clears the boundary, which takes Lancashire Lightning on 110 for 4 off just 12 overs. 8 overs left. 8 overs left in this innings. And the Lightning certainly will be looking to build a partnership here and see if they can post 180 plus.
There's Mike with his Roses hat on. Gives everybody a bit of a wave. The iconic Lancashire supporters. Right, Bopara it will be again. It's 8 left, 110 for 4. Hurst 26. Dockrell on 3. It's a really interesting T20 match, isn't it? It's Bopara to set off and start again. Dockrell off the back foot. Plays it down the ground for a single. Gus Miller, who will be delighted that Lanky's not behind him. Well, at least I think he's not. He's there to field. Single, 111 for 4.
Quite an important phase in play here, isn't it? You've got the experienced Bopara and a new partnership just beginning to form by the Lightning pair, so quite important this.
In comes Bopara. Oh, that's a quicker ball. Fizzed into Hurst, scooped up in the air, bouncing out to the leg side. Miller comes up, and they've run 2. You're liking that, Paul Shaw, aren't you? 113 for 4.
Absolutely, and that's what we were chatting about earlier, isn't it? Put pressure on the fielders, get the ball into the outfield. There's not too much pace on Bopara, so you can use that as an advantage and just work it into those little pockets there and push hard. And hopefully those fielders on the boundary just come in a little bit, which gives you the opportunity, if the ball's in your act, just to clear them a little bit easier.
Bopara in balls again.
Yeah.
Flashed away behind square on the leg side by Hurst, and he wants 2. He's going to run towards the danger end. The throw will come to the keeper's end, and he's moved to 30 not out.
That's great running for me. As soon as that ball he's made contact with the ball there, Hurst, there's only one thing he's thinking. He's not thinking 1 for sure. He's thinking 2. This is 2 every single time. And that mindset, it can be really catching. It can ripple through the team. So I think that's really, really important, certainly at this stage of the game.
Bopara. Balls in the air by Hurst, out towards deep backward square leg. Catch taken. And Hurst departs for 30, and the Steelbacks keep chipping away. 115 on the board for Lancashire Lightning, but they've lost their 5th wicket now.
Yeah, they have, and Hurst was beginning to play really nicely, wasn't he? So this is a big blow again. The Steelbacks just keep pulling back. He's not quite got that ball, as in he's hit the ball straight out to deep square leg. I'd have liked him to allow that ball just to come onto him and work it into the gap between mid-wicket and square leg, but he was thinking boundaries all the way there. I mean, it's still a really useful knock, 30 off round about 21 deliveries. But it's another blow. Steelbacks are just clawing themselves back into the game. They've just taken the wicket of Livingston. They've taken the wicket of Hurst as well. Just looking at that replay, Hurst just got that on the toe of the bat. Didn't quite catch that ball as well as he would have liked.
You just see it back here, Paul.
Yeah, just not quite caught it, as it just bottom quarter of the bat, quite close to the toe, so enabled him not to clear the boundary, unfortunately.
115 for 5. Bopara and balls to Croft, and take a single. Stephen Croft looking to drive the ball away. Got thickish edge.
Yeah, thickish edge on that, didn't he? Yeah. We were just saying how important a phase of play it was. You got the experience of Bopara, the new partnership beginning to build. Hurst looking really good, and then Steelbacks, you know, come back, get that wicket. But we've got the experienced Croft at the wicket. He's normally a really good finisher of an innings, isn't he? So good man to be coming in at this stage.
Dockrell waits. Bopara in and bowls. Dockrell hammers it over mid-off, bouncing down towards the boundary. That'll be 4. And Dockrell, who's Lancashire Lightning, onto 120 for 5, and that is the end of the 13th over.
I think this is really intelligent batting by Dockrell. He's just got inside the line of the ball, and he's managed to create that little bit of room, that little bit of space for him to hit over the infield for a well-struck 4 runs. So that's really good batting, intelligent batting. This takes the score to 120 for 5.
Described as a finisher.
Yes. Yeah.
George Dockrell.
Yeah, useful left-arm spin bowler and ball striker and finisher of an innings. So they've got 2 good people at the wicket to be able to do that. 7 overs left, 120 for 5.
Heldrick in for the Steelbacks. Balls flat and quick and wide, and carved away by Croft towards the sunny boundary in front of the hotel. And it's 121 for 5. Croft moves to 2. It brings Dockrell back on strike. Balls to Dockrell, swung away, big hit. That's 6. That's in towards the party stand, the empty party stand. But 6 for Dockrell. 127 for 5.
Yeah, that ball's just in the slot, isn't it, for Dockrell to strike that ball exactly where he likes it, just in his arc, just in the way that he swings the bat. He's able to give himself a really good base into the ball, lovely contact, and clear that deep square leg boundary. And he's cleared it by a fair distance. That's, again, for our viewers and listeners, that's into the wind. Smaller boundary, yes, slightly smaller, but he's hit that ball into the wind. So it's a great shot.
Moves to 14. Dockrell. It's 127 for 5.
And it's the first ball of the over, so bonus.
Dockrell drives his next delivery by Heldrick back down the pitch. And there's no run. So 6 off the first delivery. Follows it up with a dot ball. Dockrell's hit 2 boundaries, 1-4, 1-6. In balls again. Ooh, that's. I thought for a second that was going to sneak through, but he gets bat on ball and able to force the ball away through the covers for a single.
Just gripped a little bit, didn't he?
He did.
Just gripped and just spun back into Dockrell there, but he's managed to get it away for a single.
128 for 5. Croft is back on strike. Heldrick over the wicket and bowls. Cut away by Croft. Running away towards the deep backward point boundary, and it's gone for 4. Timed to perfection by Stephen Croft. 132 for 5.
Yeah, this is a really good shot. Heldrick has just dropped that ball a little short and wide, but don't underestimate the timing of this from Croft. He's let the ball come right in, right under his eyes. He just rocked back on the back foot and just worked that ball. We'll see here, work that ball away, just behind square. It's a lovely shot.
Heldrick to Croft, and front foot again, playing and missing this time. The ball snakes away past the edge of the bat. And that completes the over, actually. So that's 14 gone, 6 left. Dockrell 5, Croft on 6. And here at Emirates Old Trafford, 2 batters in conversation.
It's your turn. Who wants a T-shirt? Come on then, let's be having it. One over there, one for you guys at the front there. Nice one. Carl, you'll go through. Well, there we go. One over there. And run right in the back there. There we go.
Looking to try and reach the quarterfinals. A home quarterfinal with a victory tonight. There's Bapara. It'll shuffle at the start of his mark, and he comes in for over number 3 for him tonight. Again, with so little pace on the ball, Dockrell strikes it down the ground, bouncing and bubbling its way towards the boundary and all the way for 4. Miller with a diving stop. In the end, kind of almost pushed it over the rope. Dockrell has hit the ground running with the bat. 19 off 9, 136 for 5. Paul Horton's back alongside me.
He has certainly. Well, he's come to the crease before Stephen Croft. Probably raised a few eyebrows there with his promotion in the order. Obviously, he's batting, but he's played struck the ball lovely. George Dockrell, 19 off 9.
There's Bapara back into Dockrell. Hammers it down the ground again. I think Bapara got something on it. Well, he's enough to stop it. It's excellent. Safe save, I think it was, with the flick back. It was. Brilliant work. And that looked like 4. And Bapara, I think, got a bit of a touch on it.
He did. He's sort of standing to deliver. It's sort of too slow from Bapara at the moment, isn't it? It's sort of slower balls, and you know it's going to be slow to slower, but because you know that, he's sort of standing and just going to slap it straight back at him and try and beat mid on, mid off. Bapara, as he says that, he's just trying to pull mid wicket around straighter, pull mid on straighter a little bit. He's got to gamble a little bit here, Bapara, maybe to pace on or get a bit fuller, do something a bit different. This slower stand up and hit me stuff isn't really.
That is fuller and a little quicker from Bapara, and Dockrell off the front foot squirts it away to square leg for a single. 22 brings Croft back on strike. 139 for 5. I'll have a little whiz around some of the other scores at the end of the over, seeing what's happening elsewhere in the North Group. The headline, of course, is that the winner of this match gets a home quarter-final tie, but busy all night at the end of the group campaign. Croft down on one knee, it's swatted away down towards wide long on. It's to turn and come back for 2, but Miller's there to field, no run, and just the 1 run. 140 for 5.
It's a good total from Lancs. They're building here. They've done nicely. Lost wickets are out, but they've been incredibly positive, and each batter's come to the creases, kept the momentum going. They haven't been phased by the loss of wickets. Played really nicely.
Bapara in, balls, and slow ball, which Dockrell almost stands and waits for and just taps it away towards mid-wicket for a single. 23 not out, 141 for 5. Croft returns on strike. Half the ground in shade, half the outfield in sunshine.
Half our commentary box in shade, half in sunshine.
Yeah.
I could probably be glasses off and you'd be glasses on.
Yeah, I've got glasses on yet. 141 for 5. 1 ball left of the 15th. Bapara fallen wide of off stump. Swing and a miss. Croft taken by the keeper. Right, 5 overs left, 141 for 5. Let's have a little whiz around the ground, shall we? See what's happening elsewhere. This is how it's all shaping up in the North Group of the Blast. Let's start with a match at Yorkshire, where Nottinghamshire are batting first, and they are 177 for 4, I reckon. I think we just joined that in time for a wicket. 177 for 4, batting first against Yorkshire. That is in the 16th over in that fixture across the Pennines. Jack Haynes, the man out, having just got to 50. Elsewhere, Derbyshire against Durham at the county ground. 117 for 7, Derbyshire batting first against Durham. Both these two sides could still qualify. Derbyshire 117 for 7. That's in the 16th over of that fixture. And to the game at Edgbaston, where the Birmingham Bears are 136 for 3 in the 15th. Fascinating league table. As Agar is in and balls to Dockrell, who's playing it off the back foot and working the ball away through the offside for one run. But we know that the Bears, Lightning and Steelbacks are all qualified for the quarterfinals. Of course, this is a shake-up for a home quarter-final. Then Leicestershire, Derbyshire, Yorkshire, Durham scrapping it out for 4th spot. Agar to Croft, swings it away, leg side, in the air, bouncing in front of a couple of fielders on that leg side boundary in front of the party stand.
We nearly make a hash of it out of deep mid-wicket. He sort of runs around it, the old school, the ball's going to spin, isn't it? And all of a sudden, he nearly gets caught out.
1-4-4 for 5. Croft coming back for 2. Waits for Agar. And balls, throws that wide of off stump.
It's really good bowling from Agar. He slog swept the previous one. It's a shorter boundary. Agar's thrown it wide, and Fuller understands that if Croft's going to go, he's going to have to go over cover.
Here comes Agar, bowls again. Croft slog sweeps. Oh, brilliant. 6 out towards the party stand. Excellent from Croft. 150 on the board now for Lancashire Lightning. Croft getting Lancashire to that 150 mark.
He is, and they're up with a big score, and that's what Croft is trying to do here. Obviously take down that short boundary. He's hitting into that short boundary. It's a bit of a breeze as well. The breeze maybe not died down a little bit. It's probably coming against it, but that's the size of that boundary isn't too big for these players here today. The rope in a little bit, and it covers out there. So Croft is trying to go everything that way, isn't he?
Yeah, I love that from Croft too on the replay. Knew it, didn't he? As soon as it left the bat. Having that one for 6. Where's the ball gone? It's in the party stand somewhere, isn't it? There's nobody in the party stand, is there, today? Actually, that's not true. We've got Liv, haven't we, on the Baywatch Tower inside the party stand, but plenty of empty seats. There's Liv, the camera operator, all by herself tonight. Oh dear. Doing a great job, but not required this evening. The big party stand. We found the ball yet? I don't think we have we? I think we need a new box of balls being brought out. Yep. Second time we've had to have the ball changed. Maybe it's disappeared somewhere underneath that stand.
Yeah, maybe. They used to have a fielder under there. It does have like a big gap underneath it, but yeah. I don't know if you have to come in from the other way, wouldn't you?
Oh, I think they have found it, actually, but it might need to be inspected first if it's rattled around the metal frame, but no, it's been all right. Handed back to Agar. 150 for 5, in and balls. Croft drives it along the ground past the bowler. And just 1 run for Croft. Moves on to 16, 151 for 5. Croft on 16 from 9.
Now, the next 4 overs are really going to take shape of this game, isn't it? Obviously, momentum into the innings for Northampton. Can they close it out and not get it too far away for them?
Dockrell trying to find a way through the offside, but Bapara's there at backward point, and there's no run.
That's it. I think if Lanks can, obviously 4 overs, 4.1 overs left, if they can get up to 200, it's a really imposing target.
There you go to Dockrell, waiting for it deep in the crease, forces the ball away off the back foot. It's the end of the over, 16 gone. It's 152 for 5, so 4 overs remaining. Dockrell 24, Croft on 16. A beautiful sunny evening. And Lancashire Lightning, well, they've been trying to work the ball all around Emirates Old Trafford tonight, trying to build this score, and they're in still with a very good chance, going just under 10 and over with 4 left to try and get themselves somewhere around about 190, maybe more.
Yeah, 190 maybe more. We saw that the 183 that Worcester got. Yeah, Lanks got it in the last over. It was a good chase. I think they take that now, Northants, wouldn't they? I think if they can keep Lanks to 180, they'll feel that they can get 180. Definitely think they'll feel that they can get 180. Yeah. If Lanks can get sort of 190, 190 plus, and I think it starts with a 2, then I think Lanks are over. Every time you get a 200 at Old Trafford, it's a huge total. Huge total. Yeah. Speaking of huge totals, it looks like obviously we did the North.
We did the North
group, but in the South group, it looks like there's going to be an incredibly huge total at potentially Sapphire Gardens, is it?
It is, yeah.
Morgan playing Somerset.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that maybe. As David Willey returns, he's got 3 left tonight. Cracked away by Dockrell through point for a single. 3 for 5. Ricardo Vasconcelos sat on the point boundary.
And this is where again, you know, Willie's experience now to come back in. Good up top. He led them well up top with his first overs. He got 3 to go. Willie has got 3 to go. He's not going to bowl his full quota, which is strange, really, considering obviously extra over from Bapara and people like that.
It's Willie to Croft, swings away, leg side, in the air, over the rope by 5 or 6 yards. And 6 more for Lancashire Lightning, and Croft wallops it out towards the hotel. 159 for 5.
It's a big hit. It's just a nothing ball from Willie, isn't it? He's run in its length. Croft wants leg to get underneath it to sort of mow it into the leg side, and he has done, and he's gone all the way. A little bit of breeze helped it over to the bigger bound, but Willie's got to get under the feet of the batters here.
Croft skies one. Who's under it? There's a couple want it. It's in the air. It's got a mile in the air. Croft departs for 22. Bapara with the catch. He called it early, didn't he? He wanted it, and he takes it.
It's a really
159 for 6.
Really good catch from Bapara. Went straight up in the air from Croft, and I don't think Saif Zaber mid-off really fancied it. Bapara caught it early, but he didn't really get in a great position. But he's got lovely hands. Will come down with a little breeze away from him, and it just tailed away at the back end. His hands are a bit further away from his body, but he has got safe hands. Bapara, he's got a lot of cricket balls in his lifetime. Saif Dave did no favours, got too close to him, to be honest. And it's a big wicket. He was a bit wider on him there, David Willey. And it's a big blow for Lancs. Obviously want Croft in at the end, but Green has played nicely, as you mentioned at the top of the programme. 150 runs and striking really nicely.
Yep.
Been a hell of a campaign for Green with bat and ball. And great to see Dockrell getting in and playing and contributing. He's clearly, obviously he was talked about by Dale Beckenstein about his, his hitting and his lower order prowess, and obviously gives an option with the ball. So we've seen some blows already today, a 6 and a couple of 4s. So good signs, and he'll feel better about that and getting involved in the game, won't he?
He will, yeah. 26 of 16. It's a terrific little knock, this, isn't it, by Dockrell. So Green on strike, Willie in and balls. Oh, it takes a leading edge. It loops up towards mid-off. Through they go for one, bouncing just in front of Saif Zabe at mid-off. And the score moves on to 160 for 6. I guess Dockrell back on strike. So 2 balls left of the 17th over, and then 3 overs remaining for Lancashire Lightning. The current run rate at just over 9.5 runs per over.
Sort of 9s gets them to 187, doesn't it? I think it's a really imposing total.
Willie in short this time. Oh, I think he's top edged that Dockrell. He's swung for it, and the top edge just looped over the keeper down towards the boundary for 4 more.
Done really well. He's got a little bit of luck from Dockrell. Fortune favours the brave. Willie dug it in, and his top edge one over the keeper. Didn't really know too much about it. It was almost one of them pull shots you play facing the other way, to a duck pull, and he got really lucky, but good on him. He's done really well. He's played nicely. A striker of the cricket ball. The field change, third man's come up. The third man to find leg in the ring, a backward point, a cover.
30 from 17. Willie in and balls. Punched away by Dockrell to mid-off for 1. Keeps the strike as well. He moves to 31. End of the over, 165 for 6. Have a little look at some of these games in the South Group, if we can. Starting with that match at in Cardiff, Glamorgan against Somerset. This is a whopping score here, 199 for 1 in the 17th over. And Kieran Carson is 131 not out from 62 balls. In fact, they've just brought up 200 by the looks of it, so a really big score there in Cardiff for Glamorgan. They're taking on Somerset. Elsewhere, Sussex against Middlesex. Middlesex batting first, 144 for 7 is what they've got there. Match on the south coast, Middlesex 144 for 7. Got time, I think, just to bring you the Hampshire-Essex score, where Hampshire 156 for 5 After 18 overs, they're taking on Essex in the South Group. Surrey, Somerset, Sussex and Gloucestershire, the current top 4. Back here, Dockrell. He's able to drive it down towards long on for a single. He moves on to 32. And it's 166 for 6 as we start the 18th over.
Sanderson in to finish. Probably bowl out at this end potentially. Got a couple overs to go, hasn't he?
He has. He's got 2. Willie's got 2. Yep.
Willie's got 2. Sanderson. You look to bowl death at the end. You look to get under the bat. Bowl is Yorkers. I don't think you'll see much change of pace. You might try and go wide as well. Hide the ball a little bit.
Sanderson balls. Green hammers it over extra cover. Bouncing its way towards the boundary. And called the 4 straight away by some of the kids inside the ground. 170 for 6 now.
Really good shot from Green. He sat deep in the crease. Sanderson has tried to go wide and forward. Not much margin for error. It's not wide enough. It's not full enough. Green just gets under it and gets it over cover. It's really good batting from Green.
Who's on to 5? Sanderson to Green. He's banged that one in short. And Green goes to pull it, and he's edged it behind and goes.
Nicked it behind. It's a big short ball from Sanderson. Good change up, and he's just got a little faint edge on it. Green and been given out, caught behind. It's a big wicket, it's a big blow. It's a good change up from Sanderson straight. What Sanderson does have is he has a really, all due respect to Sanderson, he has great skills with the red ball. He holds his length while he seams, and what he does have is he has a straight bouncer. And it's fast and it's straight. Yeah, he's not the quickest bowler around, but his bouncer is straight, and that did the same thing for Green. It was straight, he got too close to it, and he edged it, top edged. And it brings Hartley to the crease. And what you do have in this Lancashire lineup is you incredible depth in batting, don't you? As we noticed it, yeah, we're obviously going to have what, Luke Wood, 10, and Saqib Mahmood 11. It's a hell of a long batting order. Like you saw the striking that Hartley did in the game against Worcester.
Yep.
To win to get Lancashire over the line.
That was a really important kind of little burst, wasn't it, from Hartley?
Well, they'd lost without that.
Yeah, they had, haven't they?
They'd lost. They only just got over the line with that, and he hit 6-6-4, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
So, you know, incredible to come out to the crease and just go bang, bang, bang.
Well, can he do it again? 170 for 7. Hartley on strike. It's in the air, but it's safe enough. Looped away out towards the leg side. Just for 1. Safe side's been excellent tonight in the field. He really has been busy. Done some good work for the Steelbacks.
Yeah, what's interesting about Safe Zaid is that he's a left-handed batter, left-handed bowler, right-handed thrower.
Love that. It's one of the great quirks of cricket, isn't it?
Does he throw him? Surely he'd be able to throw left-handed if he can bowl left-handed.
171 for 7.
That's amazing.
Dockrell waiting and hammering it back over the bowler's head. It's going to be 4. This is super stuff by Dockrell. He's got to 36 from 20. And he's middled everything, hasn't he? 175 for 7.
Batted nicely, really well. Only 36 from 20. He's got in a bit early into the game. It's great batting, great lower order hitting. And we're seeing the reasons why Lancashire brought him into this side, you know, for the back end of the campaign, and we're seeing it. Good on him. We were unsure about, obviously, not bowling the other night, but his batting is certainly improved last few years.
Driven down the ground on the bounce back to Sanderson by Dockrell. And there's no run. So there's a wicket in that over, but there's 2 boundaries there as well, either side of it. So 2 overs left, 175 for 7, Lancashire Lightning. Hartley and Dockrell. With Dockrell as the real kind of beating heart of this back end of the innings for Lancashire Lightning, still with Wood to come as well. Still fancy getting to 190 here, won't they?
Yeah, they will, and I think 190 is a really, really imposing total, I think if they just sat, you know, if they'd have finished now 175, I think they'd be really comfortable with that. Northamptonshire 190 is a good total. I think 180 is about par on this surface. Bit short boundary, a little bit one side maybe, but 180 I think really is a good. It's about par. I think they get over that, too much over that. I think they're slightly above, but they'd have to bowl poorly. I think Northampton would have to have the evening of their lives, wouldn't they, I think, to knock it down. And that's the batting is their suit. They played well throughout the campaign, and we mentioned about their strike rates. So it's all set up, isn't it? Big total on the board. They've got every chance.
There's David Willey In and balls, Hartley swings through that, and edges behind. And goes. Hartley departs, he's gone for just a single. Having a swing, it'll thin edge behind to the keeper, 8 down, 175 for 8.
Well, he's tried to take it downtown. First ball, he's got wide at him, and he's nicked it. Regulation catch through to the keeper. McManus, he takes a simple catch. He's wide of him, and he just nicks like a baseball-style swing, and it's what was successful for him the other night, and tonight it's not. He's only got a few balls to spare, hasn't he? A few balls to play with last 2 overs, so why not?
Luke Wood, new batter. Of course, he hit the winning runs for 6, didn't he? In that game against Worcestershire. It was an absolutely magnificent end to the match. And I asked him the other day about what's he enjoyed so far through the course of the group campaign. He went hitting that ball for 6 to win the match, even though he's bowled so beautifully. At that moment, he hammered it for 6, and Lancashire Lightning beat the Worcestershire Rapids a couple of weekends ago. So Wood joins Dockrell. 175 for 8. Live on BBC Radio Lancashire and on Lancs TV. Final group match from Emirates Old Trafford. Place home tie in the quarterfinals for the winners. Here's Willie to Wood. Oh, he's edged it past the keeper for 4. Swings hard and gets 4 for it. And Lancashire Lightning edging towards 180, 179 for 8.
It's almost a repeat of the previous dismissal. Willie slightly wider. Wood looked to drive it. He nicked it exactly like just McManus just got wrong footed. It's looked lovely. His first slips catch. He just sailed past him too quick. Not a lot he can do. It could have been 2 and 2 for Willie.
He's got 2 for the night so far, the Steelbacks skipper. And balls to Wood. That's a wide ball. He's gone after that, and he can't reach it. Graham Lloyd spins round to the scorers, signals the wide, and that does get Lancashire Lightning to 180.
He's trying to hide the ball, isn't he? He's trying to hide it away from that leg side. You saw Wood when he had that 6. Hit into the leg side. If anything, Wood's going to pull into the leg side, and he's just trying to go as wide and as full as he can. Just a little bit wide on that occasion.
Well, he turns and sets off again, bouncing his way in. Balls to Wood. It's driven down the ground. There is a fielder at long on. Safe save. Single for Wood, moves on to 5. 181 for 8. So halfway through the penultimate over of Lancashire Lightning's innings. Dockrell 36 not out from 21 balls faced. 4 fours and a 6 for Dockrell. There's Willie. Sun's shining, at least in Willie's half of the field. He's starting in the sun, and he'll come into the shade as Dockrell waits. Willie left arm over, balls again, swinging in towards Dockrell, swings away, ball squirts off the inside edge down toward deep backward square leg. In comes a throw from Sanderson. Dockrell comes back for 2, takes him to 38, 183 for 8.
Great innings from Dockrell. Running his way inside half. That one for 2. They obviously previous edge, top edge for 4, but he's played nicely, struck the ball nicely since he's come to the crease. Played really well, and maybe through the quarterfinals and potentially finals day, if he's around and available, he will add that lower middle order potential spin if Chris Green isn't around for other commitments.
Swung away leg side by Dockrell, all the way for 6. Perhaps his biggest of the night. And he's edging his way to a terrific half century here. Really big blow out towards the deep mid-wicket boundary. 189 for 8.
Huge blow. He's deep in the crease, and he sort of wants to just pick the ball up, doesn't he? And he gets it almost on a tee from Willie, and he just clubs it into the leg side. Long boundary out that way. It's a big hit. If you can hit 6s there, definitely a huge hit. Played really nicely.
Get to 200, yeah. Final ball of the 19th over. Started with a wicket, couple of boundaries in it as well. How will it end? Here's Willie in to Dockrell. Flashed out along the ground through the leg side for a single, but he keeps the strike. And he's 45 not out, George Dockrell. And Lancashire Lightning are 10 away from getting to 200 here with 6 balls left. 190 for 8. Wicket to start the over, 4, then the wide, 1, 2, 6 and a 1. terrific penultimate over of the innings that for Lancashire Lightning.
Really was, really well played. They've got to it looked like they're going to get to 200, and I think 200's potentially a little bit too many for me. I think it's a great score for Lancs batting first, getting 200. Interested to see how well Northants take on that short boundary, how successful they are. Looks a really good surface as usual.
Yeah,
pace and bounce, the ball comes on nicely. You can strike through the line. No real spin, no seam or anything. It's a great wicket to bat on.
Here's Sanderson then, final over of the match. Swung away, leg side by Dockrell and caught. Out on the deep mid-wicket boundary by Ricardo Vasconcelos. He won't get to his 50, but he's played a little blinder here, George Dockrell, hasn't he? 45. He's made brilliant batting. Lancashire lose a wicket with the first ball of the final over. 9 down, 190 for 9.
Yeah, brilliant innings, 45 from 24 balls with Dockrell. Come in ahead of Croft. First time the Lancs fans have seen him, and obviously the other night we mentioned about not bowling, and so we thought we'd get to see him with bat and ball potentially tonight. And hasn't he put on a show with the bat? Played brilliantly for his 45, and he clubbed the ball into the leg side, and really, really good innings on his second game for Lancs. First time he's out of bat and walked out of Old Trafford. I think he's done really, really well.
Fabulous knock by George Dockrell. Going for that one big hit, but trying to clear the rope for 6. Vasconcelos with the catch. Saqib Mahmood is the final man out for Lancashire Lightning. Sanderson, to Mahmood. Well, he was running in, and then he's stepped away. I know something is it's putting him off. Something behind the bowler's arm, perhaps.
It's a late step away, I must admit. I didn't see many step aways, but that was late. I think there was someone moved. Someone got up behind the crowd, went to walk away. They were down on the bottom row there, and they got up. But it was late, really late.
We'll try again then. Sanderson to Mahmood, chipped up towards the offside. Well, he'll get Wood on strike, which is what is required for Lancashire Lightning. 191 for 9. 4 balls remaining. Wood, well, this is the end he was batting at when he clobbered it for 6 against Worcestershire to get to Lancashire's 180 target to win the match. He hit it out towards the hotel.
Yeah, I think he's not going to get it like they did the other day. That was around the wicket and into his arc. He's getting it over the wicket from Sanderson. He's going to push the ball across him. He's used lack of pace as well.
He's just lapped the ball down towards the boundary. Oh, he's got 4 for it. Well, real kind of deft touch, wasn't it, by Wood? 195 for 9. Wood moves on to 9 now. The 4 down to fine leg.
Was a change of pace from Sanderson. He just helped it on its way over 45, didn't he? Lovely, the ball ran away. The outfield, I must admit, is running a bit quicker tonight than we have seen last couple of weeks. Obviously the Worcester game, and then obviously the washout. The outfield is certainly running quicker.
Sanderson to Wood, beats him. Just through it goes to the keeper, so a dot ball. So a wicket, a 1, 4 and a dot. 2 deliveries left. 195 for 9. Can they get to 200? Can they find 5 more runs from 2 deliveries and try and get to that magic 200 mark? Wood on 9. Sanderson from the Anderson end. Comes over the wicket and balls to it. It's short. It's top-edged over the keeper. Well, that'll get them to within 1 of the 200. 199 for 9 with a delivery to go.
Running for Lancs here a little. It's the second top edge in as many overs. A run over the top. Dug in from Sanderson and top edge, and he just got above McManus. He's not the biggest keeper in the world. Just got above him. Woods and Luke Woods hit 3 4s, and 2 of them have gone behind the keeper.
Well, Northamptonshire Steelbacks are going to have to get to 200 to win the match. Can Lancashire finish on 200? 1 ball left. Change of line for Sanderson. From that Jimmy Anderson end. The ball round the wicket to Wood. Here we go, final ball of the innings. Chipped in the air. It'll bounce short. They might come hurtling back and try for 2. They might as well. Throw comes in towards the keeper's end. I think he's made it. He has, brilliant. He's made it. Excellent running by Luke Wood. They turned and come back for 2. And that pushes Lancashire up to and beyond 200. Wood's legging it off the outfield because he'll open up the bowling. He finishes on 15. Lancashire Lightning 201 for 9. It's 202 to win for the Steelbacks. Paul Horton.
But it's a great innings from Lancashire. It's great. There was no one really took the game apart, didn't they? Got 50. But it was brilliant, brilliant throughout. Seen something in the crowd?
Well, look, a little look at how it's all shaping up in this innings for the Steelbacks. First with the ball, Paul. Pick of the bowlers for you?
Pick of the bowlers for me, really tough one. I think if you go for 200, who are the pick of the bowlers if you go for 200? It can be a real, I don't know, it's hard to pick. I think the pick of the bowlers goes to 230. Yeah, White bowled 2 overs up top, you got 3 for 16. I think he was a sort of the pick maybe at the top with the bowlers, maybe a little bit underused at the back end. I thought spinners were a bit poor at times. I thought Freddie Heydrich, too many hit-me balls for him. For me, you know, yes, it's left arm and it's something different, but too many hit-me balls.
Okay, let's get some reaction from outside. I think we've got Matty Hurst with Fraser.
So 202 the target for Northamptonshire Steelbacks, representing a bit of a fight back after what was a difficult start. Matty Hurst, what do you make of that innings?
It was an interesting innings to say. We kept losing wickets, but we kept going, and hopefully it's enough.
Was it an exercise in patience and just waiting for the opportunities to come along?
I think it's a bit of both. Better patience, but also putting the bad ball away.
George Dockrell did a terrific job. Great knock for him late on in the innings. How important could those runs be for you, do you think?
Absolutely. He's done great to come in, and first innings like that is incredible.
And for you, in terms now of part of the bowling unit and the fielding unit, you've got to do a real good job, haven't you? Just how impressed were you with how well Northamptonshire did in the field? Because they made it really difficult for you.
Yeah, they did. I think if we get the ball right, if we get the bowling right, it'll be a pretty tough chase.
200s, just over, that's the target. How confident are you you'll be able to defend that now?
Pretty confident. Just up to the bowlers now.
Well done, Matty. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Well done. Let's bring Paul back in. What did you make of that? It was tough going, wasn't it? But just over 200. That's a massive psychological number for a start. But the way things went in the early stages of that innings, 200 is a pretty good score.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lancashire Lightning will be delighted with that score. In the power play, 54 for 3, losing Salt, losing Jennings. You know, that was a bit of a blow, wasn't it, for them, certainly early on. But how they recovered, I thought Croft, played really well. Hurst and Croft played beautifully. But the Dockrell knock took the game to the next level. So it gave Lancashire Lightning every opportunity then to gain real momentum. And as I said, from 54 for 3 in the power play to score 201, they'd be delighted with that.
The way Northamptonshire fielded, the way they had their field set, the bowling from them as well was absolutely first class. Have they given Lancashire a real blueprint there in terms of how this game needs to be won?
I think they have, yeah. I thought they fielded really well. I thought they got the angles right here tonight, which is not always easy at Emirates Old Trafford. They got the angles right, they attacked the ball, they minimised the twos, got the ball in really, really quickly, and that's really how Lightning need to play tonight, I think. From a bowling perspective, use the pace of Wood and Mahmood, but hit really tight lines, ball really straight for as long as you can, mix it up in the middle period, and then they've got some quality spin as well. But they are going to have to play well, ball well, and field well.
How tough is this going to be now?
Look, I'm still pretty confident, without doubt. I think they've got a good score, but they're going to have to play well, ball well, because they've got some dangerous players of the Steelbacks.
Should be a thrilling second half to this game. It's been absolutely fantastic so far. Paul, thanks for the moment. Join us in a moment or two for a bit more Mascot Mayhem.
Yes, I'm here with Lanky. So, Mascot Mayhem, my favourite part of the day. We've got Dylan and Austin, if you guys want to come over to us. So the game is very simple, also very fun. You have got some hula hoops and you've got 3 chances to get them over Lanky's head, and they need to stay on, okay? So are you feeling confident?
Yeah.
Are you feeling confident as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, loving the hats as well, guys. So if we want to head over to Fraser, he has your hoops.
So here we are, from this distance, 1 hoop at a time. Who's going to go first? Okay, right, 1 hoop at a time. Let's see if you can get it over Lanky's head. Ooh, good effort. What's your name? Come on, your go, here we go. What's your name again, sorry? Austin, there we go, Austin. Your go. Oh, a little bit too far. Right, Dylan, your second go. Here we go. Oh, it's just overshooting there. Austin, there we go. Carla with a great catch there.
That doesn't count as a point, I'm afraid.
Does that count?
Oh!
Not quite. Not quite. We might have to a replay and a steward's inquiry on that one. There you go, Lanky. Thanks very much. One more, Dylan. Oh, he's doing his best to help you. Austin, one more go. If nobody's got one over, we'll have a tie break. Oh, he moved out the way there for you. He moved out the way, didn't he? Let's be honest. What do you reckon, Carly? Did he move out of the way there?
I'm a bit disappointed.
Lanky, stay where you are. Come on, right. We'll have one more go each.
I'm looking.
There we go. Right, Austin. Pressure's on. You've got to get this one to stay in the game. Otherwise, Dylan wins. Here we go.
Watching those feet, Lanky.
Oh, unlucky. Ladies and gents, let's hear it for Dylan and Austin.
Welcome to Conrad Dubai. Here's your key.
Thank you. Let me help you with the bags.
Nice room.
How's that?
How's that?
How's that?
This is a call for hungry dreamers and hard-working self-believers. Success is down to more than just luck and talent. It's striving to be the best, breaking the boundaries and never giving up. Are you ready to become your best self? Are you ready to unlock your greatness? So what are you waiting for? This is Education Evolved. This is UA 92.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome back to the pitch our umpires for this evening, Steve O'Shaughnessy and Graham Lloyd. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the opening batters for our opposition this evening, the Northamptonshire Steelbacks. And once again, Emirates Old Trafford, please give it up for your Lancashire Lightning!
So the players are heading back out here at Emirates Old Trafford, a target of 202 to win for the Northamptonshire Steelbacks. Captain Keaton Jennings. So his side just keep going, didn't they? Kept going and going and going. Northampton Steelbacks, they chipped away, they took wickets, but he'll be thrilled, the Lancashire captain. You look at the contributions, look at the Lancashire's batting card. It's really impressive because everyone's chipped in there. Everyone's kind of contributed through the course of the innings, and yeah, I think that will be a really pleasing for the Lancashire skipper. They managed just to find a way to keep going. Take a look at this now, the batting card, and it's, yeah, so he's not kind of one standout performer, no one kind of getting a massive score, But what they managed to do through that middle part of the innings was able to chip in with kind of mid-20s, 30s and stuff like that, which was a great effort. So got themselves up to 200. And it's 201 for 9 is what Lancashire Lightning finished on. That top score in the innings by George Dockrell. So here we go. We shall see. Is 202 gettable? It's a good pitch, it's a quick outfield, and there's some very good batters who have enjoyed a good blast campaign for the Steelbacks. We shall see. Vasconcelos on strike. Here's Luke Wood in bowls and pushed away into the offside, and there is no run. And Paul Horton is alongside me. We'll hear from Paul Shaw a little later on. Hope you're enjoying the coverage right across radio in the Northwest on BBC Radio Lancashire and on Lancs TV from a sunny Emirates Old Trafford. 202 for 202 is the target. There's Wood, slip in place, short third as well. Comes left arm over the wicket, ball swings away, edged over, slips. And down towards the boundary. There's a slip in the short third, and Vasconcelos gets it over the top of, well, all three of them, Paul.
Yeah, it just swung a bit more from Luke Wood. It's a good line, just swung a bit, and there's width. And when there's width, you can throw your hands, can't you? Throw hard and throw fast, and all of a sudden, with the third man up, it goes anywhere, flies off, and there's a lot of value. There's a bit of extra pace and bounce. As you saw, the first ball from Wood is spot on the money, wasn't it? You know, top of the stumps. It's a good matchup on left-handed batter at him, because Luke will swing the wall away, so there may be some width created.
In bowls again, pulled in front of square, timed really well. That's going to be 4, I think. Yeah, beautiful timing by Vasconcelos. George Dockrell unable to get across and cut that off, and that's gone for 4 more.
And it's really good batting, isn't it? Obviously one a bit wide, he knows it's going to be a bit closer to him, so he's sat deep in the crease and he's pulled it into the leg side. And what we've seen there is the pace of the outfield. So what was hard to tell whether they're on good wickets and stuff, we've been able to notice that ball ran away and he kept running and running. The other times you could be played here, that wouldn't have run like that. So the outfield is quicker than it has been. So 200 is maybe more closer to par than the 180, but I definitely think 200 is an imposing total.
I feel like 200 closer to par feels like
well,
I don't think to say, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe you can't say that.
Wood in, run away by Vasconcelos off the face of the bat down towards third man. And it's a single for Vasconcelos. 9 without loss. Liam Livingston down there on the boundary. We're into the first over of this reply then. Luke Wood with the ball this season for Lancashire Lightning. 9 wickets, but he's bowled a lot in the power play and at the death, and he's going for less than 7 and over, just over 6.5 and over. Short work by Wood. In bowls again, swings away down the leg side with bat clipped away down towards the boundary, and 4 more runs, 13 without loss.
It did. The ball's just swinging a bit more than it has done the last couple of nights. It's a great line to start with, but because it swings, he just gets a bit on it, and it's way past diving salts behind the stumps and nowhere near it. But a little bit of swing, he's just losing his line a little bit, Wood.
So 3 boundaries at the start of this reply.
And something we haven't seen for a while. We've not seen Luke Wood's first over go for double figures this campaign. I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, that's a gorgeous shot. That's 4. That is a magnificent shot down the ground, all along the grass, through straight mid-on. Outstanding shot for 4, and it's 17 without loss. 17 off the first over.
It's a beautiful cricket shot. If you want to know you're in form or what it feels like to feel like you're in form as a batsman, hitting it on drive with a full face like that, back past the bowls, and really, really, really class shot, really good. And he's their leading run scorer, isn't he, Bretsky? South African, you know, he's currently in their Test squad, or just been called up to the Test squad. He's had a great T20 campaign, and to start your innings with 2 falls, he's played really, really nicely. It shows obviously how good the surface is. You know, we pace and bounce, we know. And obviously, thanks to go at 17 for the first over, Wood has been unknown a little bit.
Yep. He's pushing up to 400 runs, isn't he, in the group stage for Northamptonshire so far. Yeah, coming up to the 400 run mark. Matthew Bretsky is on 8. Vasconcelos is on strike. We're going to have Mahmood from the Anderson end. And balls straight on the money. Sakib Mahmood. Vasconcelos defends, and there is no run.
And there's that length, isn't it? A slightly fuller length, bit of extra bounce, top of the stumps, line and length held by Mahmood. Is what these two have done really well. Wood not so much in that first over, a little bit of swing for him, so the swing against Vasconcelos created width, and then the swing into the legs of Bretsky is too much swing for him a little bit, but Mahmood on the money first up.
Dot ball to start. Back in he comes. Vasconcelos waits. And down on one knee, just trying to run it off the face of the bat, scoop it over the shoulder. Maybe almost just kissed the face of the bat into the gloves of Phil Salt, who kind of shakes his head in disbelief.
Yeah, really close to bowling him. He was really close. He tried to get inside it. The shot was on, obviously knows it's going to be a good length, and it just, how it missed the stumps, I'm not sure.
Just creeped over.
Probably why it wasn't given a wide. Obviously anything down the leg side is normally given a wide.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Mahmood to Vasconcelos. And that's played away down to deep backward point. Just for the single. Takes him on to double figures. So a bright start by the Steelbacks. If you look at their batting this season, and you look at the number of players who have got over 200 runs, Vasconcelos is almost at 200. Bretsky's almost at 400. Bapara at 300. Saif Zaib at 240. Willie at 230. All striking at least 140. 200's a lot to get. But this team, Northampton Steelbacks, with the bat this season, have been really impressive. As indeed is this man, Mahmood, in partnership with Wood, certainly in the power play. In and bowls again. Is that edged? No, just runs away off the face of the edge of the bat. Just slides past the edge of the bat. Through it goes to Salt.
Yeah, I thought he nicked it then. He just tried to run it down to third man, or the fine third man. It's top of the stumps, and the ball just caught its seam up after it went past the bat and swung a little bit. We gave the impression, but great start from Mahmood. And after the first over went for 17, Mahmood's about 4 balls for 1. Exactly what Lancashire needed to get back after the first over.
In and bowls again. Heaved away. That's 6. Down towards a deep backward square leg boundary. Onto that in a flash, Matthew Bretsky. All the way for 6, 24 without loss.
Yeah, he's onto that in a flash. What you'll notice, and there's not many South Africans who you see who are not very good pullers and cutters of the cricket ball. Yeah, they sit deep in their crease. They're normally very good at cutting and pulling the grub on bouncier surfaces, depending on where he's from. Bretsky, I'm not sure about in South Africa he's from, but a lot of base and bounce in some of the surfaces. Yeah, he's got both feet in the crease. Anything above his hip, he's going to take advantage of. And as you've seen, if you overpitch, you can come down the ground. That shows a player in really good form.
He is that. 24 without loss. Here comes Mahmood, bowls again. Just drops it into the offside, and Vasconcelos calls him through for a single. That's the end of the over. So 25 without loss here. Vasconcelos and Bretsky. Games in the South Group, and one of them involves this match here, where Essex are playing, and the sprinklers came on midway through their innings.
It's at Hampshire, isn't it? The Rose Bowl there. The sprinklers have come on.
Yeah.
Strange that, because obviously makes it wet, and obviously the ball goes through. The ball gets wet. You have to give it a little bit of time to dry out. I'm not sure how they're going to.
Yeah, unusual that, isn't it?
Very unusual.
Yeah. See that. Essex 19 for 2 by the looks of it. 81 for 5 Hampshire Hawks made in their match. Massive score for Glamorgan today. 243 for 4 is what they finished on after 20.
Wow, what an innings that is.
Kieran Carlson made 135 off 64 balls. Oof. Right, Green.
Change up, obviously not going with the wood again after his first over for 17. Off spin comes into it.
Bretsky on strike. Here's Green with his off spin from over the wicket. Down the pitch he comes. That's worked away. Leg side. Croft, can he get across? He can't. 4 off the first ball of the third over.
Going to attack him. He's only got 3 or 4 guys on the leg side. Bowling off spin Green. Quite a tough ask that. He's got a short, a 45, a deep forward square leg in front, a mid wicket, which is Keaton Jennings on the ring and Croft at mid on. Very hard to bowl off spin, I think, with just 4 on the leg side field. He's got 5 in the ring, all on the ring on the off.
Croft in. Bretsky with a little step to the leg side, then plays it with a full face of the bat. Defends back to Green.
If Bretsky can the sweeps on, if he can sweep, because Liam Livingston's 10 yards in front. Over mid-wicket's on, but anything into the leg side, he's going to score runs. Obviously, he wants to target the short boundary, which is the offside, but...
In comes Green, flat and quick, and that's 4 more. Swept away down towards the fine leg boundary. And 33 with that loss.
Like I said, that's the shot that's on. It's a free hit, in effect. Mahmood is so fine at 45, and then Liam Livingston's 10 yards in front. So when you sweep the ball, you have to do is sweep it behind. You're going to get 4 for it. So he's bowling off spin. You know, the hardest shot for play off spin is to hit through the offside, the ball turning if Green holds his line. I'm not sure Green quite got his field right to Bretsky there. He's got to make him do something against the spin or against the angle we're trying to do. He's come round the wicket now. He's got a long on, a deep mid wicket. Still only got 4 on the leg, a square leg and a 45.
Yeah, ball spinning back in towards Bretsky here. Change of line round the wicket instead. That's worked away through the leg side where Livingston fields. Bretsky moves on to 24 not out. 34 without loss in the third over. Really positive, attacking start by the Steelbacks. And it's called for a bit of a meeting of minds. Green and skipper. Green and Keaton Jennings.
And they're just speaking to speak to Liam Livingston a little bit. He's got a hell of an arm, Livingston. He managed to bounce it twice from just outside the circle. Weren't too happy with that, the umpires. In effect, him throwing the ball into the turf. Why does he do that, Scott?
34 with that loss. 2 balls left of the third over. Vasconcelos is driving away. Does that beat Jennings? It does. It's going to be 4. It's right along the grass, isn't it? Skipping along the surface for 4 through cover. Boundaries keep coming for the Steelbacks. Really good start. 38 with that loss.
A hell of a cricket shot, isn't it? They've got 5 in the ring on the offside and Green. It's a tough ask for Green, this, isn't it? Bowling off spin in the power play.
Yep.
On such a good wicket, it's a fresh, brand new wicket. There's no spin, no cover. He's only got 2 guys out to sort of cover him, but it's such a hard ask to bowl spin.
He has opened up the bowling, hasn't he, for Lancashire Lightning in the group stage, Green. But this is, as you say, a tough ask with such a positive start. It's going to be picked up inside the circle by Tom Hartley at backward point, and there's no run, so it's come off that. 13 off that over by Chris Green. So 3 overs gone, 38 without loss. Vasconcelos 14, Bretsky on 24, and yeah, well, they're off to a good start, ahead of where Lancashire Lightning were. Of course, they did lose a couple of wickets in that power play early on, Lancashire Lightning, but managed just to keep going through the course of their innings. Northampton Steelbacks are going to have to do something similar, but they've started really well.
They have started with a bang, haven't they? The first over 17 flowed in and they kept going. Bretsky showing the form that he's in, and Lancashire have gone into spin, and I suppose the challenge that Lancashire have got is that your 2 seamers, it has to be spin, doesn't it? There's no other seam in their lineup. They have to go to spin, and it can be brilliant. The spinners, they've got a high quality, but it can be a risk in the power play bowling at the spin on a fresh wicket.
Tom Hartley bowls and pushed away by Bretsky. Out towards Keaton Jennings, no run.
He's just had a look at one there, Bretsky. He's had a look at what Tom Hartley's going to offer him there. Now he's setting the where he's going to go. I'd be surprised if he doesn't look to go sweep with the extra pace that bounce that Hartley gets. He's only got 1 man out on the leg side.
Swept, it's in the air. Will land safe. Come back for 2. Swept behind square. A couple more to the total. Bretsky moves on to 26 not out.
I need to start betting on things, don't I, Scott, when I understand see what Bretsky's going to try to do there. It's because he's got a 45 and a deep mid-wicket sort of in front, square leg in front. So anything behind square is a real shot on for Bretsky, isn't it?
Down he comes, lovely shot, up and over extra cover, 4 for Bretsky. Gorgeous shot. Blimey, he's in form, isn't he? Unbeaten on 30, and it's 44 without loss.
It's a brilliant shot. It's a brilliant double act, isn't it? He goes first, he goes for the sweep, has a look, and then it's every time someone uses their feet and plays that over cover, we all go, wow, isn't that a beautiful cricket shot, don't we? We always say, isn't that a beautiful cricket shot? There's something about using your feet, hitting inside out and over cover.
It's stonker, isn't it?
Beautiful.
And it's Hartley. Just dropped out towards the leg side by Bretsky. Moves on to 31, 45 without loss. Just to back up what Paul was saying there in terms of Lancashire's options with pace on, Luke Wood and Saqib Mahmood, and then Hartley and Green and Wells and Livingston and Dockrell potentially, all spinners. 2 balls remaining of the 4th over. Lightning start by the Northamptonshire Steelbacks. Target of 202 to win. Got to 45 inside the first 3.4 overs. Hartley. Reverse sweep by Vasconcelos. It's in the air, and I think it will land safe. It does. It was Hurst that was trying to make up the ground. Couldn't quite get across the turf quick enough. Felt like he just had enough on that to clear him, and he did. And scored to 47 without loss. Reaching for it, diving for it, because couldn't quite catch up with it.
Bit of gamesmanship from Hartley. Never going to bowl that cricket ball, just ran in. I look at what Vasconcelos was going to do after his reverse sweep. Clever.
Hartley in bowls. Flicked away to short fine leg, where Mahmood scoops it up right-handed into the gloves of Salt. And that does complete the 4th over. 48 for 4. So what do they need here? 154 runs from the remaining 16 overs. The Northamptonshire Steelbacks, if they get somewhere close, which is absolutely possible, we've gone through the strengths that they've had, we are in for an absolutely brilliant finish.
They're going to get close, Scott. Don't worry about that. They are certainly going to get close. It's whether they can get over the line at 200. Obviously, we always know the power play is going to start fast and they're going to come hard, and it's the wicket and it's run on nicely. Can through their middle period when the field goes back, and you've got to hit pockets at times, and you've got to keep clearing the rope here at Old Trafford. Can they continue that for them 14 overs? Is where the game's going to be won and lost.
Gone back to some pace here. Wood returns. This is his 2nd over. Vasconcelos on strike. Oh, it's a full toss. Might be called a no ball, and he's wrapped it over the keeper's head as well. And it has been called as a no ball. And it's gone for 4. That's signalled by Graham Lloyd. And as a result of that, as Graham Lloyd chats with Luke Wood, both umpires in conversation, there's the call. Free hit as well.
It's not what Luke Wood wanted. Definitely not what Luke Wood wanted after his first over 17. It's so unlike Luke Wood. Bowling a full toss, and not only bowling a full toss above waist high. You've got to think about how far he's missed his mark there. It's quite a hell of a long way. Even if he's gone for York, he's missed his mark. His last thing, so it's gone for 4. It's a no ball, it's gone for 4, and it's a free hit. Last thing Lancashire wanted.
54 without loss. Wood bowls again, full and wide of off stump, beats point. And Livingston's there. They're going to hurry back for 2. Really good running by Vasconcelos.
That was really good running. Tom Hartley backward point diving, sort of half stop, knocked it on to Livingston, slowed it down for Livingston. And you've got to be quick if you're going to outrun Livingston in the outfield. He can throw you out from a long way. Just a bit unsettled here with the start. Lancashire. Luke Wood's first over swung a bit. He wasn't on the money as he normally is. Went for 17. They've been hit by a Northam's powerful batting lineup.
Wood in, balls 4 more. Vasconcelos across the stumps, ramps it over his shoulder, 60 on the board. Lancashire Lightning looking a little rattled inside this power play. Brilliant start with the bat by Ricardo Vasconcelos and Matthew Bretsky. And where do Lancashire Lightning go from here to try and halt what has been an outstanding start by the visitors?
He's brilliant batting, brilliant batting. Just gone for that paddle, and he's just almost paddled it past his stumps and past Phil Salter. Wickets away here, but really close to him. Now they brought the deep backward point up, and they've obviously thought the 45 has gone back, so they'll fine leg and deep backward square leg. He's got to be tight, stump line this.
Wood in, bowls, bangs it in short. Straight away, Vasconcelos spins round, looks towards the square leg umpire. But that's okay, that's a good short ball by Wood.
Really good short ball. He's disappointed with Vasconcelos because he obviously knows he's going to do something different. If he can come leg side of the ball and ramp anything, he's got plenty of room to work with. But you've got to give something at some stage as a bowler. You've got to be looked to hit somewhere. You can't edge your bets. So here, Wood can target the stumps. If anything, he's going to spray him through point or through covers. He's going to kind of give himself room, Vasconcelos.
3 balls left to the 5th. Wood goes for that Yorker, driven down the ground, past the stumps, 2 chasing after it. Croft's the nearest to it. Can he get to it? Tries to boot it back. I think he has done. Sign him up for Blackpool, Stephen Croft. I think he enjoyed that, didn't he? Forget the forward dive, just go back in, sliding tackle and boot it away.
He's done really well there. Crofty's decided he's not going to use his hands anymore. He's going to slide tackle, show Blackpool what they could sign up in the future. And definitely now in mid-on, a different position for Croft. These latter stages, dare I say.
Wood in, balls again, goes for that Yorker over Croft, down towards the boundary. 4 runs, Vasconcelos and Bretsky here have got the Steelbacks off to just the most magnificent start. And pressure is right on Lancashire Lightning, 66 without loss.
It is, and pressure on Wood, and nothing we've seen in this competition so far, especially here to do this. He has just stumped it down the ground, giving himself a little bit of room. He knows if Wood's wide of his stumps, he can thrash it through the offside, everyone's up, and he's just gone downtown over mid-on.
Final ball of the 5th. And there's Wood. In and bowls.
Oh.
Goes for the Yorker and nails it on this occasion. Dug out by Vasconcelos. Excellent way to end the 5th over. It's a beauty by Wood. Can't wallop that away for 6. 5 overs gone. 66 without loss. You know what we need, Paul? You know, I think we need to cool down. We need to take 2 minutes or so just to cool ourselves down. What have you got for us here?
Well, I brought this today when I was getting dressed. I thought of you, Scott, today, and I've got something from home. It's got a cooling mist spray.
Beautiful.
Revive and refresh. Cover the sponsor. I'm not getting paid any endorsements through this.
Yeah,
this has come in a package of a cream, face cream for me. You know, the anti-wrinkle stuff that you put on.
You ready? How's that? How's that?
Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, and you smell it. You can over go next.
Okay, thank you. Here's Mahmood in, bowls. Vasconcelos runs it away down towards, Bretsky runs it down towards short 3rd and jogs back for 2 and moves on to 35, 33, 68 without loss.
Good to see Lancashire going back to Mahmood. He got a really good over to start. And he's got to finish off this power play. Would you like to have some revive? Tea tree and orange.
Yes, please. Yes.
Tea tree and orange. This is where you got to. Oh, look at that.
That's so much better.
Look at that. It's lovely.
That's better.
Lovely.
Right, we're all right now.
We need to save some, actually.
Yeah, that's better.
For our co-commentator.
All right, wicket in the 6th now, please. Here's Mahmood in, bowls. Forget a wicket. Wow, what a hit for 6. Walloped out towards deep mid-wicket. Bretsky, blimey. He's hitting it sweet tonight. 74 without loss. And Old Trafford is stunned in truth.
It is stunned. What a shot that is. He's used his feet and just clubbed. Like he's deep in his crease. He walks into the ball and he's just clubbed it into the leg side. Power. He's in fine form, this young player for Northamptonshire, South African they've got over. He's a wonderful T20 Blast campaign. They need to be signing him up for 2025. Otherwise, dare I say, some of the bigger boys may become sniffing for him.
They'll be sniffing. Mahmood in, balls. That's going to be 4 more. Full and wide of off stump. Down towards the boundary. And Bretsky to 43 from just 16, 78 without loss.
That's a hell of a cricket shot, because what Mahmood's done, he's tried to go death. He's tried to go Yorker at him, and he has done Yorker. He's gone Yorker. Because it's slightly wider, Bretsky's opened the face on it and slid it past short third man and wide to the left of Liam Livingstone, who's a backward point. It's a hell of a cricket shot. At the moment, you've got no answers at the moment. Lancashire's bowling attack to this onslaught, this power play.
Mahmood in, bowls to Bretsky, edged away for 4 more. And that's 50. No, correction, they've put the 4 up already, apologies. 47 he goes to with that. Flashed away down to third man, 47 of 17, 82 without loss.
Wow. He's sitting in the crease, he's just swung, he's almost thrown his back out. Even this one. He's a strong lad. He looks a built lad. He's strong, South African. I'm sure he's worked on his intensity, his touch balls engaged. He is up for this, Bretsky, isn't he? He is ready, and he is firing. They are 82 in the power play.
Mahmood bowls again, worked out towards the leg side. Dockrell trying to get across and pick it up. He does, and they'll come back for 2 to take him to 49 not out. 84 without loss, 1 ball left of a utterly brutal power play.
Has been a brutal power play, and showed that how quick actually the outfield is, and also the beauty of the surface, how good the surface is. It's a fresh wicket, isn't it? Spoke about it before. There's a wicket 2 to the left or 2 to the right as you look at it, which is used. Would the used wicket suit a 5-pronged spin bowling attack?
Final ball of the power play. Bretsky 49. Here comes Mahmood in and bowls, and that will be his 50. That is brilliant. That's a fantastic innings. What a start. 50 not out, 19 balls faced, 7 4s and 2 6s. That is outstanding. And that's an outstanding power play. 85 without loss after 6.
It's a hell of a power play, and there's been some class in it as well from Vasconcelos. Bretsky is playing really nice. His left hand right hand combination, punching and throwing their weight for for Northampton here. Really good start for them. Blown Lancashire away in the first six overs here. Now we're going to go into spin, aren't we? We're going to go into the middle period of spin, and Lancashire are going to go to Liam Livingstone. They've got plenty of options. They're going to have to do something different, and maybe it's going to turn to George Dockrell. Maybe it's a night for George Dockrell. He played incredibly well with the bat, didn't he?
He did.
Showing how good a wicket was, and gave Lancashire that total of 200, which we said was par, and I said maybe slightly over par, but the way the Northampton have played, they are blowing it apart as we speak.
What can Liam Livingstone conjure up for Lancashire Lightning? They are desperately trying to find something to halt Northamptonshire's power with the bat. That's wallop down the ground. That's coming in this direction. Clatters in towards the front of the media centre. Bretsky hammering Northamptonshire towards 100 before the halfway mark of the innings. 91 without loss.
Hell of a cricket shot that. He sat deep and just muscled it straight.
56 from 20. Livingstone down the leg side. That'll be called a wide. It's kind of stunned silence, really, around Emirates Old Trafford from the home supporters. Pushed away by Bretsky out towards point, and moves on to 57 not out, 93 without loss.
Played 6 T20 internationals, Bretsky, hasn't he?
He has.
25-year-old South African cricketer, but he's just in a rich vein of form, isn't he, for Northampton? His NatWest T20 Blast campaign. He's played 95 T20s in his career so far.
Livingstone to Vasconcelos. He just pulls away. And we'll wander back to his mark again.
Getting all the tricks here. All the tricks.
Livingston bouncing in balls. Down comes Vasconcelos, up and over extra cover. Green sweeping round to his left. And through they go for 194 without loss.
Yeah, look, if it carries on and Northants do go on to win this game, you can only give Northants credit for how they played in the last two to beat Birmingham and Lancashire.
This is swept by Bretsky. Wells has got a lot of ground to make up, down towards the boundary. Does get to it. Sorry, it's Hartley. And they come hurrying back for 3. I think they've run there. They have. They've run 3. 97 without loss. Bretsky to 60 from 22.
And you can't also help feeling a little bit sorry for Lancashire. I think the feeling of obviously the games that are washed out, not the opportunity to play some of the games and win.
Livingston to Vasconcelos, swept out towards the leg side. Through they go for 1.
Could ultimately be the difference between them finishing 2nd and 3rd.
The rain games against Derbyshire and Northamptonshire and Yorkshire.
Now you can obviously lose them, but you only have to win one of them, don't you?
Yeah. Livingston to complete his first over. And it's worked out towards square leg for a single. Well, goodness, 7 gone. 99 without loss. Vasconcelos on 35 and Bretsky on 61.
Here we go. We are in B stand this time. Who wants a T-shirt? Come on, scream for me if you want a T-shirt. One of the guys though. Oh, that's a short one. One of those guys there. Who wants one over there? See if we can drop one in. There we go. One on the far side. There we go.
Luke Wells it will be. Change in the bowling, change in the commentary. Can something bring Lancashire a change in fortune? Paul Shaw replacing Paul Horton. Luke Wells into the attack from the far end. Goodness, Paul Shaw. 99 without loss after 7.
How well have the Steelbacks played? Unbelievable opening partnership, isn't it?
Bretsky on 61. Here's Wells in and bowls. And that's just dropped into the offside. Livingston has a shy at the stumps, trying to run Bretsky out. Who's on to 62, and that brings up the 100. And they've got there 1 ball into the 8th over.
Absolutely incredible. And the context to this, and we compare power plays. Lancashire Lightning 54 for 3, Northants 85 for none. Ahead of the game by 31 with no wickets down at the end of the power play.
There's Wells in and balls to Vasconcelos. Well, Salt's appealing as he takes the catch and I think flicks off the bails as well. Just wondering whether or not Vasconcelos just straight out of his crease, but he hadn't. Back foot grounded beyond the line. Wells in. Vasconcelos pulls it out to Livingston on the deep backward square leg boundary. 36 not out, 101 without loss, and Bretsky returns 62 not out.
Just looking at that run rate, 13.47. Vasconcelos and Bretsky have played beautifully, been very powerful, but they've also run incredibly hard, haven't they?
Wells in, and Bretsky come down the pitch and flashes at this delivery out towards the leg side where Green comes up from the boundary to field. Through they go for a single, 102 without loss, with 2 balls remaining of the 8th over. 36 not out, Vasconcelos. Wells has gone for 3 so far, pointing from the Anderson end. Long on, long off. And balls. That's put down off, taken. Matty Hurst takes a catch, and it's a fabulous juggling effort. No wonder he's smiling, and some smiles for Lancashire Lightning at last in the field. Hurst with a brilliant juggling catch ends a sensational opening partnership. 101 for 2, and Vasconcelos the man out for 36.
And the breakthrough that Lancashire Lightning absolutely required. Wells balls its delivery, just holding the pitch slightly. Vasconcelos just gets a top edge on there. Oh, 1, 2, 3. On the third attempt, a juggling masterclass by Hurst, who holds on finally to take the big wicket, the Lancashire Lightning. So much needed. Will that just put the brakes on things for the Northants? Steelbacks, will it bring Lightning back into the game? But it's a catch, a juggling catch on the third attempt that Lightning really needed. What an innings that was.
I love his reaction, Matty Hurst. The look on Matty Hurst's face as he takes the catch. It's brilliant, isn't it? And almost a sense of, oh, thank goodness I got that in the end. It was lovely. Final ball at the of the 8th over. Now Wells into the attack and gets a breakthrough. Changing the bowling, changing the commentary. It's worked. Something's worked. Safe Zabe works it out towards mid-wicket. Well, at last some relief for Lancashire Lightning as the sun sets here at Emirates Old Trafford. It's a gorgeous Friday evening, but that wiggly worm is making good reading if you're a Northamptonshire Steelbacks fan. It ain't if you're a Lancashire Lightning fan.
No, absolutely. It's the run rate is incredible really at this stage, but the breakthrough just might slow things down now. If we're comparing, if you like, the run rate, and we're just looking at the worm now as we go, and you can see that North and Steelback are ahead of the game in comparison to Lightning, but that breakthrough just might slow things down at this stage of the game. An important one it's certainly been, but that has brought Zaib to the wicket. He got 84 of 40-odd deliveries just last night against Birmingham Bears, so he's in top form, the left-handed ball striker. So let's see how Green goes as he brawls to the in-form Bretsky.
Yeah, can they get rid of Bretsky? Green in and bowls, whipped out towards the leg side. Takes a single. Moves on to 64 not out, 103 for 1.
But again, it's that phase of play where they've just taken a wicket. Can they build a little bit of pressure and get Zaid before he gets in? That's really important. Also with spin at both ends, can they just vary the pace just a little bit, which may just hold back both these ball strikers and create an opportunity in the field.
Just altering the field out towards that leg side boundary. So deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket. Green in, down the pitch comes Zabe. That's deflected away behind square. Wells is there to pick it up, and Zabe gets his first run of the evening. 104 for 1 in the 9th over. I think there's just a little sense of relief from amongst the Lancashire Lightning, not just the players but the supporters inside the ground. Everyone's, blimey, thank goodness that's come to an end. It was an outstanding opening partnership. Brilliant by Vasconcelos, and Bretsky still going.
Yeah.
64 not out. And he's Green. In and bowls, throws it wide. Cut! Oh, put down! Hurst with the effort at backward point. Another juggling effort from Hurst. This time he just couldn't juggle it and keep it.
Just wasn't able to hold on to that, was he? But that would have been a big wicket of Bretsky, who's already on 64 off just 27 deliveries.
Green ball. Oh, it's going to be a wide. He's hopped right across the stumps there as Bretsky from that wide ball from Green. Called a wide by the umpire. 105 for 1.
Just looking at Salt's reaction with that attempted stumping. I wonder if it was close or he just raised his foot slightly, because Salt's appeal is really convincing.
Ooh. Yeah, his feet are up in the air, aren't they?
Yeah.
It would have been fascinating to see if he got his feet down. We might be able to have a look at that, actually. I think we will be able to do it in a minute, as to whether he's managed to kind of get grounded. Green in. Bretsky goes big. And 6 more. Slog sweeping behind square on the leg side. It's 111 for 1. And Bretsky moves on to 70 not out.
Yeah, that's a great shot by Bretsky. Green's around the wicket trying to tuck Bretsky up, but it's just actually in his heart there, and he's targeted that boundary with the breeze. It's a great contact and clears the boundary by a number of feet for 6 runs.
This has been such a potentially pivotal over, really. Hammered away over the offside this time. It's going to be 6 more. Goodness me, Matthew Bretsky. He's having some night out in Manchester. 117 for 1.
Again, this is a great shot. He's given himself a real good base and managed to get his hands through the ball, slightly reaching, but he's gone with the ball and continued the shot with a free backflow through the line of the ball as he lifts that ball over extra cover. Some of the shots that Bretsky's played this evening is nothing short of remarkable, really. He's played some fantastic shots. The other thing I should say that he has done really, really well, run really well between the wickets and put pressure on looking at 2s, and there's been the occasional 3 as well, so it's been a top draw innings. I mean, when you look at that, 76 off just 29 deliveries.
Well, there's a big moon beaming out over the skies of Manchester tonight. But I guess you might need a bit of help from elsewhere if they're trying to close this one back this evening. Goodness me. Well, they're going to have a change of the ball here, I think, as well. It's been battered a few times by Bretsky this evening.
Certainly has. I'm just looking at the run rate, 13.25. Lancashire Lightning were able to over at 9 and 9.5 all the way through the innings, with some momentum towards the end to go over just over 10. But as I say, Steelbacks are 13.25 by way of run rate, which means the required run rate is only 7.61.
They are ridiculous numbers that you just read out there.
Yeah. But this game's not over until it's over, so another couple of quick wickets here. Lightning are back in the game, but they do need those quick.
85 to win from 67 is the equation. It's tapped away back down the pitch by Bretsky, and fielded by Green off his own bowling. 9 gone, 117 for 1. Bretsky 76 off 30, and safe save. He's faced just a couple of deliveries so far. He's unbeaten on 1. The Northamptonshire Steelbacks have never won here. They've lost all 7 matches in T20 cricket at Emirates Old Trafford. But they've given themselves just the most brilliant chance to end that sequence. It's going to need a sensational second half of the innings here for Lancashire Lightning, but it can be done. Wells has the only wicket so far. He's going to continue. Safe Zabe dancing around in the crease and then just nudges the ball out towards mid-wicket. Moves on to 2, 118 for 1. Brings the man of the moment back on strike. Bretsky for the Steelbacks, 76 not out.
Standing deep in his crease as well.
Taps the bat, waits for Wells. He's in and bowling. Goes out towards the leg side. It's in the air. Caught. Breathe a sigh of relief, Lancashire Lightning, but take a bow. Matthew Bretsky, outstanding innings of 76 comes to an end. Joy at last for the home supporters. 118 for 2.
Didn't Lancashire Lightning just need that wicket? And it's Wells again with the wicket. That's 2 wickets for him. Slight miss. He didn't quite catch all of that ball as he would have liked, and just caught there in the outfield by Green. So the Lightning will be delighted to see the back of Bretsky. He played fantastically well as he walks off the pitch to a roused innovation from the Lancashire Lightning faithful. He's played so well today. What a knock that was. Superb knock.
What a great celebration that was from Luke Wells too, wasn't it? I think he enjoyed that, didn't he?
He certainly did. He certainly did.
That was all sorts of emotion coming out, wasn't it? He gave it the whole lot in that celebration. Papar is the new batter, joining Safe Zabe. 118 for 2. Not even at the halfway point of the innings. I feel exhausted. Wells in, bowls. Bapara. Oh, so well. The ball deflects down towards short third. There's an attempt at the stumps at the non-striker's end. They're actually going to run an additional run through for another run there with that throw that came in from Mahmood. past the stumps, are able to come back and run 2. 120 for 2.
It's all happening, isn't it? Everything.
I'll have some more of that refreshing spray in a minute, I think. We need it. 120 for 2. Wells to Bopara. Pulls it away towards the leg side where Green fields. Good catch by Green too as well. I mean, it made it look really routine, but there is so much riding on that catch with there's a hot night and slippery, sticky, sweaty hands and all the rest of it.
Absolutely, and he would have known that. The crowd knew that. The players knew that. So he took the catch really well to get rid of Bretsky. What an incredible knock.
Wells to Zabe. Steps to the leg side and carves the ball away through the offside where it's fielded by George Dockrell. 122 for 2.
You have to give great credit to the ground staff. I mean, the Old Trafford here looks magnificent, but what a cricket pitch they've provided. There is a little bit of pace in it. The spinners, it's just gripping slightly. It's a decent pace, and we're looking like 200 plays 200 here.
Wells into Bopara. Runs through for a single. Ball bobbles out towards mid-wicket, but that's a super stuff. They're 2 terrific overs by Luke Wells.
Yeah,
2 for 9 from his 2 overs, but really, really good stuff.
Comparison at this stage of the game, Lancashire Lightning after 10 overs were 93 for 3 at this stage, and Steelbacks are 123 for 2. So still ahead of the game, around about 30 runs at this stage in comparison to Lightning.
Halfway point. Time for a lie down. just take a few minutes.
It's that cheesecake. Did you have any of that cheesecake?
I didn't know. Livingston in and balls to Bopara. That's swept out towards deep backward square leg for a single. To be fair to Paul Horton, he did bring me the cheesecake.
Did he?
But then Josh, one of the guys from Badger and Coombs behind Lancs TV, came in to help fix something, and I was so grateful. I thought, Josh, you take the cheesecake, man. You have it. So I'm really. Oh, was it yours? I thought you bought it for me. Well, sorry, I'm giving away Paul Horton's cheesecake. Livingston to Zabe, throws that wide outside off stump. It's called a wide by the umpire. 124 for 2.
So Livingston's just trying to drag Zabe across to the offside and hang it outside the off stump, so he's not going to go over mid-wicket.
Reverse sweep. Livingston's appealing. The ball loops over the batter's head and it's picked up by Wells coming up from short fine leg from the reverse sweep, and it's been given as a run. 126 for 2. Zabe moves on to 4, brings Bopara back on strike. 76 to win, 58 balls left. Livingston, that's down the leg side. That's going to be called a wide again by Graham Lloyd. 127 for 2 now.
What we do have here, we've got the right-hand and left-handed batter, which obviously causes challenges for the bowlers, lines and lengths, but Livingston's ball in leg spin and off spin.
Goes on the paddle again. The ball gets past Phil Salt. Wells is scampering after it. Can Wells get to it? Excellent. And he's lost his trousers as he comes back for 2, but it's super work by Wells. We've seen one moon tonight. 129 for 2. Excellent work by Luke Wells. Appeal for an LBW from the sweep. He's got him. Livingston strikes. 3rd wicket to fall. And maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit of momentum just creeping ever so gently back in Lancashire Lightning's direction. Out LBW from the sweep. 72 to win from 56.
And that's a huge wicket, of course, because Zabe's not quite got going. And he's in the runs, 84 or 40 odd deliveries last night. So Livingston brings Lightning another step into this game. Often 1 brings 2 if we can build pressure on the batter coming in. It's the captain, Willie, David Willey walks out to the wicket to meet Bapara, two extremely experienced players in the middle. Lots of T20 internationals for England, and lots of playing experience between these two players. Lightning are just getting a foot back into the game.
They are, aren't they? How much of a foot back in? Kind of half a foot.
Half a foot.
Half a foot back in.
It's gone from a toenail to a toe to half a foot down.
Well, can they push that foot further forward? Try and get an entire foot back into the match. 130 for 3. Livingston in and balls to David Willys off the back foot, and that's punched away down the ground with a slip in place as well. Through he goes for a single. 131 for 3. 1 ball left of the 11th over. 71 to win. 55 balls left. It is great fun, isn't it? T20 cricket, just magnificent fun. Livingston to Bopara. It's defended, just dropped away into the onside. End of the 11th over. It's 131 for 3, 71 from 54 balls. A wicket in the over for Liam at Livingston. And Lancashire Lightning are hoping here, as the skies get a little darker and the lights take full effect in front of a really good crowd, that maybe they can have a special end to the match.
And you said before, a magnificent format of the game, and what a great spectacle it is. I mean, Emirates Old Trafford there looks absolutely magnificent, with the city in the background. See the skyscrapers in the background. It's lit up beautifully. Good crowd here tonight, lots of family atmosphere, and they're just trying to get their team back into this game here this evening. 131 for 3.
And this man's helped a long way to do that. Wells to continue. Really off the front foot, just drops it away into the offside, and they get through for 1. Dockrell and Jennings almost getting tangled up, but such is the eagerness to try and get to the ball and save every run, which could be absolutely crucial come the end of the match. 70 to win from 53. Wells into Bopara. Clipped out to the leg side. Moves on to 9 not out. 133 for 3. 69 to win from 52.
And just a reminder of Wales' spell, 2 for 10 in 2.2 overs. He's the one that's got Lightning back into the game. Let's see if he can get one more wicket or another big wicket with these experienced players.
Forced away by Willie, but there is a man, Green, isn't it, in front of the party stand. And through for a single. 1, 3, 4 for 3. Cries of old lanky coming around the ground. Home supporters trying to get behind their side. Wells twirls in. Bopara again just nudges away. Takes his total into double figures. Moves to 10. 135 for 3. So a single off every ball so far.
And that's the way he plays, isn't it? Is the experience he's got with the team getting slightly ahead of the game. He's able just to knock the ball around, and when the bad ball comes, he'll look to put it away. As he gets in, he'll then look to transition his momentum into the game more.
Willie off the front foot, just trying to feather it away into the offside, but he can't. Dockrell comes up. Dot ball, love this. They're cheering dot balls now. Love a bit of that. Everyone's absolutely engaged in the game. 67 from 49 balls. There's Wells. Wells to Willie. And that's worked out towards the leg side for a single. Another super over from Luke Wells. 136 for 3. And just 5 runs coming off it. 66 to win from 48 deliveries.
Yeah, Wells has got 2 for 14 off his 3. Bowling beautifully this evening. Just having a look at Emirates Old Trafford there. The skyline in Manchester, it's absolutely superb. The development that's taken place at this ground over the last 10, 20 years has been remarkable, really, and fantastic. Here we go. Here we go. Can he? Oh, can he make it? Can he make it? Oh, hey. There we go.
An old beer snake.
Yeah.
Quite a few pints shifted there, isn't there?
Obviously soft drink.
Oh, well, it could be it, yeah. With balance like that, it probably isn't it? Yeah.
It's doing well if he's had that much. Jeez.
Luke Wood returns. 8 overs remaining. 66 runs needed. Wood balls. Flashed up towards mid-on by Willie. Dot ball to start the over. As we get the 13th underway. And even with all the pressure, even with all the sense of being on the back foot for so long, still got a smiley Chris Green. Enjoying his evening, enjoying the challenge and the fun of the game, which is what this format is, fun. There's Wood. Left arm over, ball short. Oh, Willie, goodness! In towards the temporary stand, a long, long way back. Wow, 142 for 3.
What a contact that is from Willie. He's absolutely pounced on that, smashed that ball, and it's actually quite high up the bat, top edge side of the bat, but he's managed to get enough on that, and he's carried the boundary by a long, long way. Long way.
Where has that gone? Halfway up the temporary stand. Well, we need another ball. And a crowd are determined to try and get this beer snake even longer. It's a good effort, that.
Just 60 runs required of 46 deliveries.
New ball, please. Hammered away by Willie. What's Wood's response? Here he is. Statham end, left arm over ball, driven down the ground. Green gets across. Croft went for that sliding. I think Croft's given up trying to stop it with his hands now.
Becoming a footballer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, isn't
maybe
he?
He's thinking about that for his next bit of his career, maybe staying in sport, doing a bit of coaching here, playing a bit here, and then transitioning to football.
Yeah, get him at Bloomfield Road. 1-4-3 for 3. Oh, hang on. Umpires are in conversation here. I have no idea what about, mind you. Keaton Jennings is stood there. Luke Wood's looking a little bit bemused. Oh dear, there's a few stern looks here, aren't there? Oh dear. What's going on here? See what that was all about. Steve O'Shaughnessy and Graham Lloyd. What's going on there? Yes, no idea. What's that all about? Any ideas?
Sure, but there was like some few words between Croft and Willie there.
Oh dear, all right, okay.
I don't know.
143 for 3. It's a hot evening. There's a lot at stake. There's a home quarter final at stake. Wood in balls. That might be 4. It's fine down towards the boundary. It is. There is a fine leg in position, but it's such a little fine flick off the hip down towards the rope for 4. 147 for 3 now.
Yeah, just flicked off the 5 pad. He just missed his line there as Wood, and it's just deflected and gone pretty straight, hasn't it? Pretty fine down to the boundary, and fine leg couldn't quite get there in time.
Well, we've got that big hit for 6. Actually, he's not got any batter now. He's been giving us 4 leg byes, so 11 off the over so far. Wraps the pad, bigger shout for LBW. Wood looks towards the skies. Not out, says the umpire. For 8 for 3, I think. A little bit of uncertainty with that, but I think he's in that region. Yeah, we go. We're all in agreement. 148 for 3. Final ball of the 13th. What's needed? 54 or 43. Wood fires in that Yorker again to David Willey. And that is the end of the over. Oof. 7 left, 42 deliveries to go, 54 required. Paul Short, what do you reckon before you head downstairs and join Fraser for the end of the match?
Yeah, look, I think it's a pretty simple equation, isn't it? The Lightning team need to make a couple of quick breakthroughs here to see if they can drag this back in any way, shape or form, but just 54 runs required of 42 deliveries means that North and Steelbacks are ahead of the game substantially here, but who knows, one wicket might bring 2 and all of a sudden we turn it into a bit of a fight. But
this is clearing cover, driven away, Croft gets across the ground, dive comes in, and they come back for 2. The score moves on to 150 for 3. So 52 needed, 41 balls left. Bopara 12, Willey on 11. Wells to bowl out. 2 for 16. Can he make it 3? In balls down the leg side to Bopara. Called a wide by the umpire. 151 for 3. Paul Horton rejoins us up in the commentary box. And Wells from the Anderson end. Bopara sweeps. Oh, and he's got somehow underneath Hurst. Oh, and it's gone for 4. Dockrell trying to get across and flick it back. Almost an impossible task, really, as soon as it got underneath the body of Hurst, and that sweep takes a score to 155 for 3.
Yeah, it's not been Hurst's night in the field. Took one chance on the 4th attempt, dropped Brepsky, and then he's looking for a hole to swallow him up here. He fell over one there and it went under him like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, didn't it? It's not really been his night at 45, and Lancs is not been there in light with the ball. They've been rattled since the start.
They have. Wells to Bopara.
Wells has bowled incredibly well. His gangly leg spin close to the stumps, tall action over the top. He's done really well. Got Lancs back into the game. Bowled 3.3 overs, 2 for 22. 156 for 3 after 13.3 overs. You bowled, your 4th over and you've gone for 22 runs, taking 2 wickets. Got his side back in the game.
Into Willey.
He's done really, really well, and obviously that 4 should have been 1 anyway, so he should have better figures than that. He's done really well, but can they get a breakthrough here? Can they have a couple of dry overs and then just put a bit of pressure on Northants? The experience of these two are knocking it round. They played a lot of cricket, Willey and Bopara. They're just knocking it round after Bretsky's blitz at the start.
Wells to Bopara. That's cut down towards short third where Mahmood fields. And there is no run. 157 for 3. Bopara 17, Willey on 12. Final ball tonight for Luke Wells. Goodness, he's done his part. He's been terrific with the ball. 2 for 23. Into Bopara. There's an appeal for an LBW. Went by Salt, and then Wells thought, well, I better join in here. Umpire Steve O'Shaughnessy says not out. 14 gone, 157 for 3, 45 to win from 36.
Here we go, C-stand. Who wants a T-shirt? Oh, come on then, give me a shout. Who wants one over there? You guys want one over there. Over there, there we go. What about you guys over on the far end? There we go. Couple more. One for you. One at the back there. There we go. Well done, guys. One's last one. There we go.
Just need a couple of wickets. But haven't Northants batted well? Their left-hand, right-hand combinations through their top of the order. Always had left-hand, right-hand going in. It's been brilliant. They've got 3 left-handers in their top 5. Vasconcelos, Safe, and Zayeb and Willey.
There's Green to start over number 15. Played away to the leg side by David Willey for a single. 158 for 3. 44 to win from 35.
And they really should win from here comfortably. Northants have played all the cricket. They've done really, really well. Really, really well. And deserve to. If they come here and beat Lancashire with Lancashire's record, they deserve a home quarter-final after Birmingham. Disappointing for Lancs, but ultimately we're down to the rained-off games that caused them not to get through. Not have the opportunity of playing 3 games. No one else has had that in the North Group.
In comes Green, balls again, walloped down the ground by Bupara. That's going to be 6. 6 more, pushing the Steelbacks to within 38 of victory now. 164 for 3.
Bupara's got himself in, hasn't he? He's knocked his balls. He's had 15, 16 balls. He's knocked around. He's paddled nicely, but he's still got that power shot down the ground. He looks in great nick. He's played a lot of cricket. He's just taken Green, who's bowled one out the front of his hand, taking him down the ground, hasn't he? 6, and it's a lusty blow. Moved him to 23 off 16.
164 for 3. Green to Bupara. To flick that away off his pads down towards short, fine leg, and Bupara to 24. Not out. We have some results in the South Group. Glamorgan beating Somerset by 120 runs.
The record.
Green to Willie. This is runs again off the back foot, played away through cover. 2 of them actually. Crofters catch up with the ball, but Willie comes back for a couple. And he moves on to 15, 167 for 3. Yeah, Glamorgan made 243 for 4. Ball Somerset out for 123. So a massive win for Glamorgan in Cardiff. Sussex have beaten Middlesex by 9 wickets tonight. Green to Willie, worked away to mid-wicket for a single, 168 for 3. The Sussex beating Middlesex by 9 wickets. And Kent Spitfires, a victory over Surrey by 86 runs. Good win for Kent. Surrey all out for 131. Kent Spitfires made 217 for 5. Final ball of the 15th over. Green to Bupara. That's played out towards mid-wicket where Keaton Jennings fields. And there's no runs. That's a dot ball to end the over. 5 overs left, 30 balls, 34 to win. Willie 16, Bupara on 24.
And they're just cantering this in now, aren't they? 34 off 30, 7 wickets in the Hearts. It's just not, you've got to gamble at some stage, Lancs, to do something. Try and get back in the game at some stage, do something. But it's really hard. They played beautifully. That blast from the start, that opening partnership, 100 runs, wasn't it? It was what we saw the other night from Livingston and Salt. 100 runs, and you get a 100-run partnership in any T20 game, you go on to win them normally. The stats on that is totally different. Lancs lost 3 wickets in the power play, didn't they? Managed to get 200 after losing 3 wickets in the power play. But it does show that if you lose that amount of things.
There's Livingston to Willie, driven down the ground for 169 for 3. $33 to win from 29 deliveries. With Bupara on 24. Comes Livingston and balls swept down towards fine leg. If he's got something on it, it's the thinnest of bottom edges. Rattles it way down towards the rope, doesn't quite reach it, and they'll come back at that little thin bottom edge on the sweep. And the score moves on to 172 for 3. So just looking at the South Group, with results elsewhere tonight. We'll do it at the end of the over. Livingston to Willie. It's played out towards the leg side. And Bupara and Willie are just ticking along nicely and edging the Steelbacks nearer and nearer to towards victory. 29 to win from 27. Livingston to Bupara. It comes down the ground. That's hit out towards Croft. Wide long off for a single. Bupara to 28, 174 for 3. Brings Willie back on strike, unbeaten on 18. Livingston in and bowls, and Willie looking to try and work the ball away. Snakes past his bat and stopped by Salt. And he's bowled again off the back foot and punched away by Willie towards deep extra cover. And they come back for 2 more. And that, I think, is the end of the over. It is. That's 16 overs gone. And it's 26 to win off 24 deliveries. So results tonight: Glamorgan beating Somerset, Sussex beating Middlesex, and Kent beating Surrey in the South Group. Surrey already secured top spot. Sussex, with that victory over Middlesex, will move above Somerset. Somerset losing it in Cardiff, so Sussex will go to 3rd place. Sorry, we'll go to 2nd place. So, as it stands, should Northamptonshire go on and win this match, it will be a trip to Sussex for Lancashire Lightning in the quarter-final, if it stays like that. There's Dockrell to bowl the 17th over. 26 to win from 24. Dockrell with his left arm spin. Bopara goes high. I think he's got plenty on that and then some. Oh, you bet he has. Over the top of Luke Wood, and Bopara maybe just trying to get this done as quickly as he can. Steelbacks know the game's theirs, really. 182 for 3. Bopara hits it back over Dockrell's head for 6.
Hello, shot. Bopara stands and delivers, gives himself a bit of room, just bangs Dockrell's first ball for Lancashire.
Dockrell fizzes one in flat and quick. 50 partnership as well with that 6. 52 they put on together. And 33 deliveries. 19 to win now from 22. The game between Hampshire and Essex is still ongoing because Essex have a chance sneaking into that top 4. Slog sweep by Willie. It's another big hit. Down it goes towards the boundary. David Willey, the Steelbacks skipper, has hit some monster blows tonight, in truth. 189 for 3.
Yeah, he's been loaded up a little bit here, Dockrell. His batters have put on a partnership of 50. He's coming in the end to try something just a little bit too late for Lanks. He's got to bowl a Willie to the short boundary, and it's not that easy.
Goes again. It's an absolute skier. It's gone a mile. And I think a bit of relay work down below as it is. Yeah, Croft and Wood working together. Here we go. Big hit down the ground. What's happened here? Push back by Wood. Taken one-handed by Croft. Did Wood hit the ground first? Well, it's been given out. So Willie has to depart. And in the end, I think Willie will probably have the last laugh with his side securing a home quarter-final. You would think, but fabulous by Wood and Croft in combination. And Steelbacks lose their 4th wicket. 189 for 4. It's a fantastic effort by Wood to get to it. But has he released it in time?
It's a hell of a decision to give, isn't it? I think live it looks, you know, we got the beauty of slowing down some replays. You know, Fraser Dainton ready to take a catch there if you see the difference, but it certainly looks like Wood has hit the deck a little bit before he's let the ball go. Some good footage of Fraser ready to take a chance. You need to be a bit closer in. brave decision to give the on-field umpires, but not really a great deal where to go. The umpires, it's a long way away. There's been a little bit of aggro out there tonight.
Yeah, there's a bit.
With Willie and...
Got the old send-off, didn't he?
He did, but which is a shame, really. Like they've rattled Lancs.
Yeah,
is what Northants have done. They've rattled them.
Dockrell with his first wicket. And this is defended away into the onside. There's no run. So, Agar's the new batter. This is the equation now. 13 to win, 19 balls. If it finishes in a tie, Lancashire finish second. There's Dockrell in the balls. Forward goes Agar and defends with a couple of dot balls to end the over. Is there just a chink here for Lancashire Lightning? 3 overs left. They only need 13. 13 to win from 18 deliveries, but a couple of dot balls and the wicket to end the over may just give them a little bit of something. It's the tiniest amount, in truth.
It is the tiniest amount. It was a hell of a catch. It was. Go back to the catch.
Yeah.
Luke Ward's done incredibly well. Went super high from David Wheely, miles up in the air, carried and carried and carried, and Luke Ward has taken it on the boundary, diving, and then thrown it back into Croft, who dived and caught it one-handed.
Brilliant effort.
It is a brilliant effort. To be brutally honest, I don't think Luke Wood thinks it's a catch.
189 for 4.
He's out and he's gone.
Yeah, he is. That's definitely for sure. Mahmood in and balls, edged away down to third man by Bopara for a single. 190 for 4. We'll confirm before we leave you tonight, obviously, who's finishing where and who's going where and who's playing who in the quarterfinals. So we'll get all that wrapped up for you before we leave you tonight. So I'm going to leave the league table for now.
Well, you certainly know that, you know, Lancashire are going to be going away for a quarter-final. They're going to be disappointed
Sussex,
with that.
that looks likely, yeah.
And at the moment, it looks like it's Sussex. Yeah, the options are Sussex or Taunton. I think I'd prefer Sussex if I was being a Lancashire fan.
In comes Mahmood, balls to Agar, defended into the onside. No run. Well, it's not Taunton. Somerset lost tonight. So Sussex are currently second with their victory.
So it's Sussex. Lancashire going to finish third in the group and go to second in the South group, which is Sussex. A Brighton trip to Brighton.
And Northamptonshire, well, this is because the games are not finished in that group. Essex are still playing. I don't think that game's done just yet. No, it isn't. So that could determine who Northants get at home if it finishes that way. Mahmood in balls. Agar defends down the ground. Takes 1, which is fine for Northamptonshire because now it's 11 to win from 15. 191 for 4. Looks like being Gloucestershire at home for Northamptonshire, because Essex have got quite a lot to do in their match, right at the very end of their match against Hampshire. But again, we'll get all that secured and sorted when we get everyone finishing tonight. 11 to win, 15 balls left. Mahmood balls to Bopara. He's got him. LBW. Bopara looking to try and ramp it. Umpire Steve O'Shaughnessy raises his finger. It's a wicket and it's a dot ball. 191 for 5. 11 to win from 13.
It's a slight wobble here at the end for Northants, but they are going to do this comfortable. Mahmood is running in. They brought some fielders up. Bopara goes for a little paddle. And he's out. He's right in front. He's got across the paddle. He's missed the paddle. He thinks he gets outside the line, but he doesn't. It's going to go under hit off stump. And he's out. Bopara. He's played nicely. He got him to over the line, or just to the edge of the line in 11 or 14. And this will be a choke if they don't get over the line here for Northants.
Would be. It would be. Yeah, it would be. So Lewis McManus is the new batter. Remember, they have to get the 11 Steelbacks. A tie would send Lancashire into second place.
Keaton Jennings is doing well. He's bringing the field up. He's got a mid-wicket, mid-on, mid-off, cover up, backward point. Guys are in the ring. putting pressure on the one. They're creating some atmosphere.
They are doing their best. Mahmood in, balls to McManus. Oh, he's been sent back. Dot ball. Every dot ball cheered. Every dot ball maybe just bringing a little bit of hope. And still Chris Green's smiling. He's magnificent. Enjoying his T20 cricket. Enjoying what has been a really, really entertaining evening. We're going to see 400 runs scored in a T20 match.
Hell of an evening. Great crowd in. Loads in the hotels, both on the balconies of their hotel rooms.
Final ball of the over. Mahmood in, bowls. It's edged away down to third man for a single. And that completes the 18th over. We mentioned everybody kind of watching on, everyone engrossed in the game. This is how the North group table looks coming into tonight's game. A reminder that Lancashire Lightning and Northamptonshire Steelbacks know a win would secure them a home quarter-final. A point would be enough for Lancashire Lightning. A tie would be enough for them to get through. Northants have to win. They have to get the 10. A tie takes Lancashire through. Don't rule it out yet. We've not had a tie so far in the group stage for Lancashire Lightning.
Throw you another curveball. As Lancs are really, really quick through their overs every game. The current time is 21:55. The cut-off time is 21:57.
Oh dear. That's the South Group as it's... No, that's updated. That's an updated South Group. There we go. Sussex Sharks second with that win tonight. Somerset dropped down to third. Gloucestershire fourth. Here's Livingston in, ball swept by McManus. It's in the air. It's in the air. It should be out. It is. Well, safe pair of hands, and Livingston strikes, and Emirates Old Trafford maybe just starting to believe once again. 192 for 6, 10 to win from 11 now.
Making a hash of this Northants, if I'm brutally honest with you. They were coasting, they've made a hash. Since Willie got out, caught in a boundary, beautiful piece. They're just not stumbling to the line, aren't they? They're stumbling over the mark. It's a really, really poor dismissal. But from McManus, he's got all the leg side to play with. He just has to sweep it on the leg side and on the ground or do something, hit it through the covers. What also it does, what happens when you get a wicket, you get time on the clock as well. So you get 3 minutes for the wicket. So the cut-off time's going to get pushed now. So the last thing that he needed to do for Northants was get out. Get a single, do something, get down the other end, but get out. It's the last thing he needed.
Out he did.
And we've seen this previously. We saw this against Worcester, didn't we? Worcester stumbled, couldn't seal the game out.
The new batter's Gus Miller, but he was just about to come in, Liam Livingston. I don't think Lancashire just got their field set, so that was pushed back.
Now Lancashire are going to get an overrate penalty, so they have. They're going to get done here for overrate penalty.
So if you look up, there we go. Because the Lancashire were not in position to start the last over by the cut-off time. They've been restricted with the amount of fielders that they can have outside the circle. It happened to Northamptonshire last night, actually, in their game against the Birmingham Bears. That's happened to them 4 times, I believe, through the course of the group campaign. But it happens to Lancashire. There's the cut-off times.
I'm surprised there was no time put on for the wicket.
That's swept. That's down towards backwards square leg. If that reaches the rope, that could be the game. That's gone for 4. And all that sense of maybe just a slim bit of hope sucked out of the ground with that 4.
Well, it is, because what happens is Green has come in at deep mid-wicket and he's pushed Livingston, pushed Wells to the wall just on square when really he wants to be having behind for that sweep shot. Now he's got to think, he's only got 2 men out on the leg side because of the extra fielder in. He can't have Wells behind square. Now what he's done is he's brought cover up and he's pushed Wells behind square and Green out to deep mid-wicket for that sweep shot.
196 for 6 to win. Livingston again dummies the ball. A little bit of kidology. Miller waits. He's a hit away from victory. That's an extra run towards it. Flicked away through mid-on for a single.
They're going to enjoy this Northants. They've rattled Lancashire. There's a bit of afters. Lancashire 3 times has held the ball and not bowled the delivery. They've over-appealed tonight. They've been slow in the over rate. Been done for the over 8, slow in the over 8. They've rattled them. They gave Willie a send-off.
This, of course, doesn't matter now. Lancashire have already gone past that cut-off time. They're having a little get-together and thinking of what to do next. But it's just 5 to win, and there's 9 balls left. 1-9-7 for 6. There's Livingston 2 for 35. This is his final over. 3 balls left of it. Agar on strike. In again, doesn't release it. He'll be. Oh, I think he's trying to run out. I think Miller at the non-striker's end. He's got a big smile on his face. Livingston bowls again. Wallop down the ground. 6 to win the match. That is a magnificent performance with the bat by the Northamptonshire Steelbacks, and congratulations to them for that. That is an outstanding win, and it ends a sequence of unbeaten games here at Emirates Old Trafford for Lancashire Lightning that dates back almost 3 years. It's 23 games unbeaten in T20 group cricket for Lancashire Lightning. That in itself is an extraordinary run here for Lancashire Lightning, but it has ended because the Northamptonshire Steelbacks have chased down 202 to win with 4 wickets remaining. Brutal batting at the start by the 2 openers. Northants finished second. Lancashire travel away from home in the quarter-finals.
They do. You've got to give credit to Northants. They've come here. They beat Birmingham at home last night, the best side in the competition in the North Group so far. They finished top of the table. And then they've come to Old Trafford after 3 years of Old Trafford winning every game at home for 3 years. And also, Lancashire, the Northants never winning here. Never won a game of T20 cricket here, have they? So to do that, come here, win the toss, say we'll chase, we back our batting, we think we can do it, play like they have done, did really well, took 3 wickets in the power play. Hats off to them. Congratulations, Northants.
Yeah, players shaking hands down below is David Willey, the Northamptonshire skipper, and Keaton Jennings, a Lancashire skipper, as they shake hands. A hard-fought game, and it's Northamptonshire Steelbacks who come out on top. This is how it's all kind of shaped up through the course of the evening. That's bowling figures from Lancashire Lightning. A couple of wickets for Livingston and Wells. Wells just giving Lancashire a little chink of hope. The openers going for plenty of runs. Wood 3 overs for 42. Damage was done right at the start of the Northamptonshire Steelbacks innings. 1 wicket for Mahmood in the end, but the top 2 there, Ricardo Vasconcelos and Matthew Britsky, absolutely outstanding performance. 76 for Britsky from 31, Vasconcelos 36 from 23. That set the whole thing going and then some. Century partnership for the first wicket, and then Bopara and Willie with 59, essentially seeing the Steelbacks home, even though there may have been a little bit of a wobble at the back end of the innings.
Yeah, credit to Northants. Lancashire fitted and started at a time. None of the batters got over 50, did they? Dockrell played really well, got 45. They got a big total on the board, but it wasn't good enough. We saw the outfield be a bit quicker tonight, didn't we? Ball race across the outfield. There was a shorter boundary one side. And then you've got to give credit to Northants and how they played, how they came, tactically, how they good were with the ball. They were tactically very good. You saw a different team to, you know, the Northants, and the difference between Northants and Notts is unrecognisable. Notts were really poor, looked like a B team really coming in. Northants came with their tails up, put the ball in a good area, were brave, took some wickets, held their catches, and all of a sudden at the start, Bretsky blitzed them.
He did. Bretsky did blitz them.
He knocked the wind out of Lancashire, didn't he? He knocked the wind out of their sails, and all of a sudden, I think Lancashire they got some challenges with this shape of this side. I think at the moment, I think to have all the spin options in, I think is a challenge. They've got 2 seamers to go. They've got nowhere to go if these seamers get pummeled up at the start. They've got nowhere they've got to go to spin in the power play. I think you're short if you've got no other seam option than 2.
Just to confirm how it's looking in the quarter-final stages now, confirmation, the last 8 is this. For Lancashire Lightning, it's a trip to Sussex. For Northamptonshire Steelbacks, at home to Somerset. Surrey against Durham, Sussex against Lancashire, Northamptonshire against Somerset, and the Birmingham Bears against Gloucestershire is how it looks, with Northamptonshire moving above Lancashire into second place, 18 points. Lancashire dropped down to third. Leicestershire currently in fourth place, but the Derbyshire-Durham game has not yet finished, so that could change depending on what happens. Derbyshire have lost now, so Durham have won that match. So that'll have to get rejigged a little bit with the net run rate, but just to confirm that, positions 2 and 3, Northamptonshire second and Lancashire third, as a result of tonight's game, means that Northamptonshire are at home to Somerset, Lancashire travel to Sussex in the quarter-finals. For viewers on Lancs TV, we're heading from the commentary box, we're going outside. Here's Fraser.
Well, it was very close in the end, but Northamptonshire have won this game. And Paul, I think you've got to hand it to them. They came at it unbelievably quickly, didn't they? Right from the start, they attacked the bowling, and there was no looking back from there, really, was there?
No, in fact, you know, we thought at half-time, if you like, 201 hopefully would be enough for Lancashire Lightning. We have to say that the way the opening partnership or the opening pair went about, I mean, they scored 102 in just over 7 overs. And just looking at comparison and power play, Lancs were 54 for 3, and Northants 85 for none. That's the lead of 31 just coming out of power play. So from that perspective, Bretsky in particular played outstanding. And then I think all the way down they kept the run rate going, didn't they, and played some real good cricket. Lancashire Lightning towards the end stayed in the game as long as they can with brilliant catch and combination here between Wood and Croft, and they tried their best to stay in the game, but unfortunately 201 just wasn't quite enough. But what a cricket pitch. What a pitch that the ground staff have created here. I mean, 200 plays 200. That's fantastic in T20 game of cricket. So cricket's the winner as such. Lancashire will be disappointed that they've not got the home quarter-final draw, but you know what? What a game of cricket that was.
The tone was set, wasn't it, when Luke Wood on his first over got 17 knocked off him. I don't think we've seen an opening partnership come here to Emirates Old Trafford, certainly not this season, and attack the ball as much as they did.
Absolutely, and you know, he'll not have experienced that probably this season at all, but the way that the opening pair went about it from ball one, the intent and positivity that they had, not just with the way they struck the ball, but the way they rotated the strike, they turned ones into twos, twos into three, and it was one heck of an onslaught, really, wasn't it? It was a fantastic performance from them.
Fair play to Lancashire. They stuck at it. Chances did eventually come. We saw a little flurry of wickets in the middle, and then all of a sudden we were thinking, well, there's a chance here, there's a possibility.
Absolutely, and that's the name of the game. If things aren't going your way, you just got to find a way to stay in the game. Lightning did that tonight, and all of a sudden we saw that little flurry of wickets. One brings two, two brings three, and all of a sudden they've got a little bit of a sniff of this game. And the brilliant bit of work out here from Wood and Croft almost got them to the point of making it really close in that last over. But unfortunately, it's not gone the way that Lancashire Lightning would have liked today. But as I say, what a great game of cricket, and real credit must go to the way Northants Steelbacks played the game of cricket today. I thought they played a fantastic brand of cricket, very good in the field and with the ball, and exceptional with the bat.
It's not quite over yet, but the group stages are over. It's been one heck of a contest. We've seen some fantastic performances from this young side. And I say it's a young side, it's a developing side. We've had a few of the older heads come back in the latter stages. But in general, what have you made of the way that this squad has developed over the course of this campaign?
I think this squad has done exceptionally well to get to the quarter-finals with a very young squad, and then with a little bit of experience coming back in, the England internationals coming back in the last couple of fixtures, I think has really helped. But it bodes well for the future, not just for the quarter-final, but in years to come. There's a young squad developing here with a sprinkling of magic of the Livingstons and the Salts and etc. Hopefully that gives them a real opportunity, not just this year, but in the years to come, to provide some really outstanding cricket and hope some trophies down the line too.
Sussex it is then in the quarter-finals, away from home. What are your thoughts on how that could go?
Look, it's never easy going down to the south coast and going down and playing a Hove. They're a good side, the Sussex Sharks, very good side, but you never know, do you? You know, you get on a good pitch down there, play some really exciting cricket, be positive, take the positive step and really look to attack Sussex, then you never know. They're in the game, they've got a good side, so have Sussex, so I think it's going to be a firework display as such. I think there's two good sides, fronting up in a quarter-final down on the south coast.
And at this stage in the competition, as we've seen here, when you get the top sides playing against each other, anything can happen. So there is still the possibility that we could be seeing the Red Rose on finals day at Edgbaston.
Oh, absolutely. I'd never give up at all on that. And I'd say to all the fans that's been here tonight, keep backing the team. They've got youth, they've got experience, they've got a lovely blend. And I'll tell you what, there's some very good cricketers in that side. And who knows, they might turn up and play the best brand of cricket. And all of a sudden, they're through that quarter-final and off towards finals day, which would be absolutely fantastic. Be a great achievement with this young side, but let's hope they've got one more performance in them down on that south coast.
We will keep our fingers crossed. That, of course, happens in September, so a bit of a wait until then. Paul, thanks very much indeed for joining me. It's been a pleasure to have you along over the course of this campaign. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. My thanks to everybody here, particularly the badges of the production team here, who've been absolutely superb and worked their socks off throughout this entire campaign to bring you the coverage, and it has been, I think you'll agree, absolutely fantastic. So thanks very much indeed for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
1864. We were first class then, and we're first class now, with a dream to spread cricket through Lancashire's towns, where girls and boys, with willow and leather, become more than a badge, but the red rose together.
A club where more than legends are made, but friendships, obsessions, moments replayed on our screens, in our minds, in our hearts forever.
Because it's who we are, our DNA, the red rose together.
Statham, Briggs, Jimmy, Freddie and Joss Chappie, Sir Clive Lloyd, Carol Hodges, Kate Cross. What a roll call. It's a hard one to measure, with future names still to be written on the red rose together.
We're all about people. It's what the red rose really means. Yeah, the ones signing autographs, but the ones behind the scenes.
Our community, grassroots, the ones that feel tethered. Whether you're from here or belong here, we're the red rose together.
And what about this place? Talk about world-class venues, internationals, gigs, events. You can choose from a menu of triumph, of disaster, of pain, or pleasure.
We've seen it all at Emirates Old Trafford, with the red rose together.
Red ball, white ball, lightning and thunder.
Have you ever sat back? Have you ever just wondered how far we've come? The storms we've weathered, or how far we'll go as the red rose together.
Welcome to Conrad Dubai. Here's your key.
Thank you. Let me help you with the bags.
Nice room.
How's that? How's that?
How's that?
This is a call for hungry dreamers and hard-working self-believers. Success is down to more than just luck and talent. It's striving to be the best, breaking the boundaries and never giving up. Are you ready to become your best self? Are you ready to unlock your greatness? So what are you waiting for? This is Education Evolved. This is UA 92.
Hi, I'm Keaton, and this is Luke. We are the giraffe opening pair at Lancashire Cricket Club. We are here today at the Mestoria Estate Agents. Let's see what they have in store for us. What is the story of the Mestoria Group?
It actually started in 2008, had two buy-to-let properties. So I was dealing with an agency. I was really getting frustrated. And in 2009, I decided to start my own accountancy firm, property company, and estate agency, which was named as Mestoria, and that's how we started.
Sounds a pretty dynamic, exciting company, to be honest.
It is. We're going places. We have all sorts of different things that we actually do. So we deal with sales, we deal with rental properties, HMOs, where a lot of other agencies like to stay away from. Overall, every person that works in each of the teams are determined to make it a success, and that's what we like about Mestoria.
You offer basically a one-stop shop for landlords and tenants?
Very much so, yeah. I think we're quite unique in terms of an agent because we do a bit of everything, really. Whichever element of property you're interested in, we've pretty much got somebody within the business who can help you.
Each and every person that we have on our team has seen, if not all,
the wants. So we could advise people what to avoid, so people could learn from our experience. We are happy to lead people or guide people. We are happy to teach people what to do.
It feels as though you've got a very sort of family-orientated type of value system.
I always believe it's a farm attitude. We need to, not a hunt attitude of doing a quick sale. We have to build a relationship and ensure that the person wins at the end. Because of that, we will win as well. It's a mutual beneficial relationship. I want to be conscious that we go that extra mile to ensure that we have done our very best for the person who has sought our advice in their property journey.
We are in a hard world of professional elite sport.
And a warm welcome from Emirates Old Trafford. We are back again.
It isn't a nice Sunday school tea party. There are no hiding places.
It's another monster hit for 6.
I know we are good enough, but we're just not showing it on the pitch.
You put that support in, you put that investment in, right, start winning games. Doesn't work like that, does it?
It means so much. It means so much to me, the staff and everyone in it.
A few wins put together, maybe they could actually reach finals day.
Well, that's a ferocious looking shot.
We don't want equal pay, we want equal opportunity.
They're going to try and show a little bit of something for the investment that's been put in.
The reality dawns, that is what professional sport is.
Hi Noah, nice to meet you.
Can you believe it? No.